You got $1 and a dream, I got a triple B. A key on deck, got a block and a team. About to take the world over, Ren and Stimpy. Niggas come between, put that Glock on empty. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. All my hustlers, tell me what it cook like. I go and get that fish scale, better known as Mother Pearl. Drop it in that water, turn her to a color girl. Call her Tyler Perry, but I don't discriminate. I'd rather ride with Becky when I'm on that interstate. Not for blowjobs, in case I catch a charge. Better off for soft, get more time with that hard. Hackers and connect 5 years, I'm a loyal dude. Cause see affordable and every gram's waterproof. That's what it cook like. It's no drama, long as it all come back like karma. Long as the corners don't have no commas, meaning my money don't pour. It's no problem. I'm a businessman, entrepreneur, supplying them grams. Coke connoisseur, don't want no shade, but yes, I'm a mover. Treat me like I'm brand new, I'm not Grand Pooh.
I got bitches on deck, ass about to drop. I ain't never seen a broad that wasn't gon' pop. She screaming about a man, homie is a lame, and I'm all about the ones, that's the reason I came. Now tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. You been grinding all night, what my books like, eh? I'm a hands-on nigga. Talk slick, I put my hands on a nigga. Y'all fuck with Brown, I'm a coax a rock sipper with a pound of that pot for my son of rock niggas. I got them flocking by the dozens. For that fatty, they pop lock, no frontin'. Get my bread, throw it back in the oven. It's on sale, it ain't in my blood to cuff them. We talking money round here. I hear these lanes screaming out, it's my year. I run decades, it's where the best made. No pity pat, little nigga, chest play. And we all top billing. I'm from a block where the spots make millions. Swear motherfuckers always catch feelings. So keep your bitch close, cause we back up in the building. I came in here to blow that. Bottles on deck, little mama with a rose. You got an ass on you, I'ma need to hold. I'm the flyest nigga here, I already know that. So tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. Tell me what it look like, what it look like. If you a fly nigga, let your money take flight.
Yeah.
I'm a duffel bag money man, cause my money keep popping all of the rubber bands. I ain't nothing like that other man. That nigga's a lamb, couldn't shine on sunny land. Nope. My ears covered in ice, my chain is something nice, my wrist is something light. Light up. I came to light up the night. The price of your mama crib if you wanted to know the price. The club covered with groupies, my nigga, we poppin' Louis the air covered with ooh. Feet covered in Gucci, I'm just stepping over here. So you, get your ass over here. I start throwing that money, make the floor disappear. I'm a walking hurricane, put it all in the air. She came through the front door, about to sneak it out the rear. About to get more pussy from your bitch than you doing here.
Good day, everyone. Good day. How are we doing on this Winning Ends Day? Yes. How are we doing on this Winning Ends Day? Yep, that's what I said. How are we doing? So you know how we like to start the day. When I say good day, I want you to say it back because I can feel that energy. So please say it back. Good day to y'all. Interesting. Started my morning. I see it's a lot of drama going on, and it is what it is. Why not? It produces it produces eyeballs when you are stressing and you argue with people. And people see that goddamn, it's like reality TV. It's very similar to like the real world when that shit first started. That's what I be seeing. But over here, we about solution basis. We trying to get down to some solutions to the problems. We over here, we rebel against remedial rhetoric. So thank you for being here. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Shit. As we build this thing, as we build this goddamn plane while we fly it. And just like Fat Joe. Your man 21 Savage, he says the same thing. He is saying that. Okay, got that done. Good day, Just Jay. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. And I love what you're doing as well, Just Jay. I appreciate you for always coming through, saying something in the chat. I really appreciate that. Just showing your love is really appreciated. You give good energy, and I'm doing my best to be like water every single day. Every single day, I'm going to do my best to be like water because that's what Just Jay suggests. And water is formless. You put water in anything, and it's going to take shape of whatever that object is. And that's why being like water is a great metaphor. It's powerful. If you push water, it's going to come back to you even harder. So that's why you should be water. It's fluid. Just like some of these goddamn human beings in this world, they are fluid. Even though I do like my woman to be fluid, you know. I want her to be wet. But if someone's asking me, you know, I'm not fluid at all. I am hard. Sometimes I be in my own thoughts sometimes. Water, I like my woman to be, I'm sorry. Jeremy Clark, good day, my brother. Good to see you. Happy holidays, my friend. I ain't speak to you in a long time. I hope everything's good. Man, we had some good times. Slinging that 10 all over the construction world. Yes. Good to see you here. We are also on YouTube, my friend, so I'm not going to have it up on Facebook for too long. So when you can, hop over to the YouTube side, and you could be a part of the panel. You can hop on, say your piece. We can have conversations. So I appreciate you, Jeremy Clark. Man, I ain't see that brother in a long time. You still got that goddamn fast-ass Mercedes driving people crazy in your neighborhood? Because he had that big boy. Man. But yes, you should be like water, Just Jay. And the woman should be fluid. I'm assuming, but that's what they say nowadays, because we the only country that probably would get people confused. Right? Because just think about it. You come from a third world country, you come over here, in your country, you have two genders. They come over here, and it's like thousands of genders. That has to be confusing to some people that just coming over here and learning the language and learning the culture. You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty interesting. Yes, good. He says yes, he still has that big beast of a Mercedes. Good to see you. Hopefully you could come over to the YouTube side as well. Hit a subscribe button. Hit a like button because I'm going on the road to 1,000 subs and I need y'all help. And I appreciate everybody for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Appreciate y'all. And so, yes, imagine you coming from a different country and you have, only two genders. You come over here, it's revealed to you that it is multiple genders. And then when you try to talk to a woman, she says, I am fluid. Man. That must be a culture shock for your ass. But if I was that third world country person and this woman, she is saying, I'm trying to holler at her, and she says, hey, I'm fluid. And I would absolutely, my next response will be, you are fluid. Guess what, baby girl? I'm hard. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I would be so confused. But I see so like if you be a fluid, I think that's a great thing because it would create less conflict if you are more fluid. If you are more like water, you have less conflict in your life. And in these spaces, what tends to happen is conflict. It is a part of some people's algorithm. And we have to change your algorithm. You cannot just enjoy conflict and arguing and bickering all the goddamn time. So that's, sometimes you got to move away from it. Create your own goddamn waves. Move. Keep it fluid. And I wanted to talk about, so I want to thank Just Jay for that. But I want to talk about 21 Savage, right? Because he is now saying that, he built his whole career being a gangster rapper, that he does all the shit that he's talking about in his goddamn lyrics. And now all of a sudden, he is recanting all of his rap lyrics. He is saying he lied in 90% of his rhymes. It sounds like it is a new play going on in hip hop, because Fat Joe was just recently saying that he lied in 95% of his rhymes. And now we got 21 Savage coming out saying the same rhetoric. Is it remedial? I don't know. Is it a play? I believe so. Because they don't want to get indicted. They do not want to be hit with the RICO charge, because that RICO charge is not playing. Just recently, a couple in Atlanta got hit with the RICO charge. Big dog barking. Good day to you, sir. Over here, we say good day. We do not mourn each other, because we are another day above ground. And that is a blessing. And we appreciate that shit. So thank you, Big Dog Barker, for coming through and hanging out. So now we got 21 Savage saying that all the things that he has done in his rap and influenced all these young kids to be just like how his raps are. Now he's saying he is a liar. And this is a problem, because you already influenced all of these young thugs, for lack of a better word. Because the damage is already fucking done. What are we going to do to change the goddamn narrative? Because the narrative is you have to live what you're rapping. So therefore, if you rapping violence, you rapping drug dealing, you rapping being a criminal, and then now you are influencing the youth to come to your shows and listen to your music, bump your music up and down these goddamn streets. You know what those youth are doing? They doing 100% of what your raps are saying, even though you haven't done 90% of the raps that you are saying. It is a problem, because the culture believed you. These young people believe you, and they going outside in these streets and doing the things that you are rapping about, that you say are 90% lies. It's time to call these motherfuckers out. We can't be partying to these motherfuckers. We cannot be giving them money. We cannot be giving them the light anymore. Do you want to see my proof of what this line in rap music does? Because I have the proof that these motherfuckers that's lying in their raps are contributing to the youth going out and doing the crimes that they are lying about in their raps. Oh yeah, we have the proof. We have the proof that these young kids are influenced heavily by your lies, sir. Look at this here. Can we see it? Can we see this? 16-year-old Atlanta rapper Lil Perk. I don't know what Perk stands for. Perpetrator. Percocets. I don't know. 16-year-old Atlanta rapper Lil Perk and others take plea in killing of 12-year-old and 15-year-old outside Atlantic Station. Rapper is sentenced to 20 years in prison. He done. Because of fucking rap music. At least that's what. Your words have power to it. So, like, if you are, it's too late to be talking about your raps are lies now. What about when you was heavily influencing somebody? When you was saying you do this and you'll do that, you shoot this, you shoot that, you sell this, you sold that, you've been shot, you shoot back. How many problems you got? A lot. 21. So according to Atlanta's 11 Alive, right? 5 of the 6 defendants arrested in the deadly 17-year-old bridge shooting near Atlantic Station last November have taken plea deals assuming responsibility for the death of 12-year-old Zion Charles and 15-year-old Cameron Jackson. The sixth defendant, Michael Aziz, 17, previously entered a plea deal, which would see him sentenced to 10 years. 5 in prison and 5 on probation. Okay. All the defendants were tried as adults. This is something that the youth need to understand, because it is also this perception that when you do crimes as an adolescent, that you are going to be charged as an adolescent, that you're going to be charged as a minor. But what the youth do not understand is when you do violent crimes, you do gang member crimes, you do RICO status crimes, any of those things, you will absolutely be charged as an adult. They are not playing with you. They are not playing with you. When you do violent, let me repeat that, for hopefully we can get this message out to the youth, that when you do a violent crime, you are considered an adult. When you go out there and you out there slinging and you gun toting, you robbing people, you shooting people, you killing people, you are going to be tried as an adult. You're not going to be a kid any fucking more. So a lot of the youth, we got to start letting them know, hey, listen, you want to be outside, you want to be in the streets, you want to be a fucking rapper, and you want to live out your raps, you are going to be adult. You're not going to be tried as a child. You're not going to go to juvenile hall and then come out. Shout out to Avril Margerson. She says, you were smart enough not to do the bullshit, so they can't blame rap music. Thank you, Miss Margerson. I appreciate you. And make sure you like and you share and come over to the YouTube side as well. It is my name. Thank you, Miss Margerson. I appreciate everybody that's on the Facebook side. So I do understand that for the most part, we should not blame music for the youth doing the dumb shit that they are doing. However, it is a problem that the music is inspiring the youth to do bullshit, because the rappers are not being responsible enough to allow the youth to understand that this is fucking entertainment and this is just rap. I do not do any of these things. They are saying the opposite. And then one influential person, someone that do not have positive thought patterns, a person that do not know how to think for themselves, you are influencing them to do the shit, the lies that you are spewing out in your music. And music is very hypnotic. You listen to it, you can listen to one song 100 times in one day. You're not watching a movie 100 times in one day. It's not enough time in a day to do that. That movie is 2 hours long. That song is only 3 minutes. So you get hypnotized, and then not only that, you'll listen to the same type of music over and over and over again. So if everything you listen to is talking about kill, shoot, killing motherfuckers, they're not even humanizing people in these songs. They call them ops. They dehumanize the human beings. So when you say ops, like people that do not have, people that live in good, solid lives are calling people ops. A law-abiding citizen will call police ops if they are merged in this culture. That is a problem. That shows the thought patterns. You follow the law. Why are you worried about the goddamn cops in the first place? Why are you considering them to be the ops? Shout out to Miss Margerson. Says, so what about the movies that chop up people? They should be banned also? No. And I just spoke to that. Yes. So music and movies are completely different. Music sets the mood. It gives you a mood. So if you're listening to R. Kelly, you most likely want to make some goddamn babies. You're not going around shooting people to R. Kelly. You stepping in the name of love, right? You're trying to go half on a baby. If you're listening to country music, most likely you are thinking about drinking some beer, hanging out with your dog, and being cheated on. Your girl is stepping it out with old Billy Bob. That's what happens when you listen to country music, usually. It's the things you think about. When you listen to death metal, you know, you wind up you create goddamn massacres and you shoot up whole schools or whole churches. It's another genre of music that is probably detrimental to the youth. So when these kids keep listening to dehumanizing music, they are outside, and this is why they have no problem with shooting. This is why the killers are getting younger and younger and younger. The killers today, they are 15, 16 years old. When are we going to call this shit out and say, hey, man, if you're not living your fucking lyrics, stop promoting that shit, or let everybody know from the jump that this is bullshit. This is just entertainment, because they are not saying that. They are saying this is how I really live. And fuck my ops. And you got to be on my side. You got to do like I do. You want to make money, be like me. That's the shit that they are promoting. And the shit is done. Trying to bag that shit up and throw these certain type of rappers in the fucking trash. We need to promote the positive side of the music industry as well, because in the rap side of things, it is a tremendous amount of rappers that are on the positive side. So I don't want to necessarily throw away the whole thing, but it's hard to argue it. Where are the stories about these young people that heard a positive rapper and they changed their life? I don't know where they at. Bring it to the forefront. But what we do here is about these fucking young 16-year-old rapper, Little Perk, and others take plea deals and killing a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old outside of Atlantic Station. That's what we do here about. And they are being trialed as adults. Being age 16 or younger, Antonio Jackson entered a negotiating guilty plea and was sentenced to 20 years, 10 in prison and 10 on probation. Demetrius Hill entered a negotiated guilty plea and was sentenced to 40 years, 30 in prison and 10 on probation. God damn. Tony Wilson, 16, entered negotiations, guilty plea, and was sentenced to 40 years, 20 in prison and 20 on probation. So many people lost their lives. These 3 children that was a part of the action, they lost their lives as well. And then the other 2 men, these family are grieving over their young children. They lost their lives as well. So this is why we have to talk about it. Even though nobody want to tell them. Nobody gives a fuck about the youth. Well, I do. On my last show, we was talking about how we got to have to watch women predators, male predators. And I'm sorry, we're going to have to consider these fucking rappers that are lying in their lyrics as predators. This music is not meant for grown people. So just like with movies and music, the difference is, again, is that the youth have access to this music that is influencing them because their brains are not developed yet. And so they going out there acting on the bullshit. Most of these movies, they are rated R at least. At least you cannot just walk inside a movie theater and just buy a ticket. But you can just go onside your phone and click any goddamn reckless bullshit ass song that's talking about killing people and ops and dead ops and smoking on packs. That's the fucking problem. That they have too much access to the bullshit. All the kids that are easily influenced. He is 15 years old. Why are you walking around with a gun in this day and age at 15? Why are you doing shit when you have ops at 15, 16? You should be having normal fucking problems. If you get into any altercation, it should be a goddamn fist fight. That's how we settled it when in my age group at 15, 16. Fist fight. Maybe a razor, tops. In my age group, we did not start toting guns until what? Motherfucker was 18, 19. So they was actually selling drugs and making real money. And then guess what? Every song that we listened to, guess what every song had in it? About toting guns, shooting motherfuckers, and making money. That's the issue. It's influential. It's influential. I don't know if I said that right. I need some water. All it is about shaking ass, making money. It ain't about investing in your fucking life. People be on fucking bullshit. And they are fucking predators. They wanting the youth to boost them up, because we know the youth is not the ones buying the fucking tickets, but however, the youth is the ones that are building these characters up. The youth are the ones that's behind all the bullshit degenerate rap. The youth is the ones that's behind the trash and the culture. The youth are the one that is talking about it and giving them a buzz. And then once they get that goddamn buzz, the grown people picks up the music. They say, oh, this is what the young people listen to. And then now you're doing the festivals, and now your show's being sold out. And now the grown people listen to the people that can separate the music from the artists. And then that's when it's decided, like, oh, it didn't make me want to go shoot up. You're a grown-ass person. That's why you didn't want to go shoot up the goddamn mall when you heard the damn record. Because you're a grown person. You know what results is going to happen. These young kids that have been listening to it all day that have no job, go outside, sell some goddamn whatever they selling. Looking at these young women as a piece of meat, and all they want to do is see ass shaking. When are we going to start saying something? These fucking rappers are predators towards our youth. Look at it. Where is the lie? Can somebody please show me where's the lie? Let's keep the story going. Shit needs to stop. DeAndre Forson entered a negotiated plea deal and was sentenced to 40 years. DeRondé Russell entered a negotiated plea deal. He was sentenced to 40 years. Also reported that as a part of the deals, they have entered pleas for violation of Street Gang Act. However, Hill and Wilson also entered pleas for murder and manslaughter charges. Shit is ridiculous. Shit is fucking ridiculous. Via Lil Perk, this is what he says now that he's being sentenced and everything. So what he says now, to all my family and fans, I would like to sincerely apologize to y'all and to all the younger generation looking up to me. Let me and my situation be a lesson learned for our whole generation. So this is what this young man is saying. He was duped. He was tricked. He was bamboozled. And he wants this situation to be a lesson. So therefore, I am going to help him spread the goddamn lesson. We're going to spread the lesson. I will hold Jerry everything what it seemed, and I'm still pleading my innocence. I love you, Little Hot, and to the families hurt by the situation, forgive me. Also, still keeping faith alive forever. But it's too late now. You did what you did. It's too fucking late. Those families already hurt. They grieving. This teen violence shit got to stop. And I'm sorry, but the music is a part of it. That is a part of the culture. And the shit needs to stop. And we, as grown folks, we need to start speaking up about it. We got to pay attention to what our children are listening to on a daily basis, all day, every day. The video games that they're playing is another thing that is dehumanizing us. Good day, Ramon Bracy. How you feeling today? This little man is over here. He's telling us we need to learn because, yes, they are influencing the young people to keep doing fuckery. They keep hurting our community by shooting and killing, selling drugs, having sex way too young. Sorry, but the mass is not ready to be having sex so young. They are not ready for that. Okay, so as we already understood, Tony Wilson enters a plea deal in the deadly November 2022 shooting of 12-year-old Zion Charles and 50-year-old Cameron Jackson on 17th Street Bridge during a hearing in Fulton County. Okay, this is what they're looking like. So young men, life gone, done. This is more than one person life destroyed. You also destroyed other people in their families' lives as well. It's about like a good 7 people, young people, between the oldest being 17, the youngest being 12. All of their lives is ruined, and their family lives are ruined because of this situation. Look how young he looks. It's a little baby. That is a little baby, but he is charged as an adult because when you do violent crimes, you are going to be charged as an adult. I don't think these young people understand that. Like if you sell a little Nickelback, maybe you're going to be charged as a little kid and you go to juvenile. But if you start doing violent crimes because the result of you selling these things and being in the gang, your ass is going to be charged as an adult. Somebody need to put that information out to these young people because they don't understand. Look at this. Look at them. It's little babies. These little babies is fucking killers. These little babies is fucking killers. What the fuck is going on? We got to do something about it. Or we're going to just stand by and let the shit happen. Which one? Let's hear the story. What they saying?
A boy with big dreams, bound to become a professional boxer. Those dreams faded as Atlanta police say Cameron was targeted in a shooting near Atlantic Station on 17th Street Saturday. Police shared this video with 11 Alive today, showing a group of young people walking along the sidewalk moments before the shooting. Atlantic Station management said the group was acting unruly, so security escorted them off the property. Police say the boy in the bottom right of the all-yellow coat is Zion Charles, a 12-year-old killed Saturday night. They say he was walking with the group when 2 or 3 people with him started shooting.
What does that look? What is this video? What does this shows? Am I missing something? Do this not look like a little young rapper standing in front of a big boy toy? Look how he's dressed. Look how he's postured. Something needs to fucking change. We need to save the youth as much as we possibly can. Who's gonna do it? I don't know. Let's keep it going. The fuck.
Police believe they were specifically targeting Cameron Jackson, who passed the group as he rode a scooter to Atlantic Station with 2 friends.
They say that's Cameron, that's our position. That's when shots rang out. The shots directed to Cameron.
What did they call him? This is what I'm talking about. When the music is dehumanizing other human beings, they said that is the ops. They don't call them what they are. They don't call them by his name. Oh, there he go. He the ops, the opposition. That's what it really means. And the music that they're listening to is helping them dehumanize their ops. Because when you don't look at humans as humans, it's easier to kill them. That is a very old tactic. That's called propaganda.
Cameron, that's when you have all the other collateral people that were shot. All the bullets were meant for Cameron. Zion took the bullet.
4 other teens were shot that night and have since been treated and released from the hospital per police. Lead investigator Jerry and
look how they all dressed. You mean to tell me this is not a culture? This is not a culture? They all dress exactly the same. All got the same clothes on. All listen to the same music. Is something wrong with it? We need to throw that shit away. Or we got to start promoting the good side of it, because clearly the good side of rap music or hip-hop culture is not being exploited. We only talk about the negative side. These youth, what is going on? How are we going to change the shit? Should we just throw the whole shit away? The whole shit need to go in the fucking trash. Clearly. This is ridiculous.
Shepard believes the male seen here. The mother of 15-year-old Cameron Jackson calls her son a boy with big dreams, bound to become a professional boxer.
God,
Those dreams faded as Atlanta police say Cameron was targeted in a shooting near Atlantic Station on 17th. The black and yellow jacket and blue jeans was the main shooter.
He's one of the leaders in the group. They all kind of mimic his movements. They follow him. They give him handshakes. So he seems to be the one that has the most persuasion in the group.
Police are also looking for the man.
so again, this is why we got to be very careful, because the shit is too influential. These rappers lining these fucking music, these youth are living this shit out. Good day to you, either man. Williams, how you doing? So when 21 Savage saying that he's a liar, you should have said you was a liar 10 years ago when you started fucking rapping. Maybe these kids wouldn't believe you and follow behind your goddamn words and have all these goddamn ops and trying to kill their fucking ops because they dehumanize the fucking human beings that they are shooting by your words. These are little Atlanta rappers. They dress like you, they talk like you, and now they shooting people like how you say you don't. I hope it's not freezing. Maybe it's just your connection. Hopefully. On my side, it seemed like everything is good. Let me check. It says my connection is okay. And you inspired, I'm sorry, but these rappers, these multi-millionaire rappers, they are inspiring the youth to go out there and have ops.
Male,
and
the
go
blue hoodie
kill.
with white lettering, who they say also fired shots. Police say immediately after the shooting, the group went into the Art Center MARTA station and took the train to different stops, harassing passengers, flashing gang signs, and showing their weapons. Investigators are still working to figure out why Cameron specifically was targeted and what exactly led up to the shooting.
They should be preparing for Christmas, the holidays. But now they have to spend their time on making arrangements to bury their sons.
The black and yellow jacket.
If that does not convince y'all to pay attention to what your children are listening to and stop calling this shit just music, just because it is some people that lived through the hip hop era of the golden era and made it out of life unscarred, does not give it a pass. It's a lot of kids, a lot of children. They do not have the right mentorship because the shit that is done properly, it's not spoke about enough. Nobody is giving a fuck about it. And we got to take some fucking action. Y'all better start paying attention to your goddamn children. They listen to this goddamn music. They want fucking night tech outfits. No. I don't give a fuck if that is what the youth is doing. You are not going to be a part of that. Because clearly it is affecting them in a negative way. So what the fuck are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit here and let the shit happen? Are we not going to say anything about the shit? Going to say, oh, the ones that's following and want to be fucking gangbangers and have ops, we just going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to do? Or are we going to speak up about it and take control of our children's faith and understanding who is running our children's mental? Because clearly it ain't the fucking parents. Look at them. They walking around throwing up gang signs to regular citizens. For what reason? Because they think that shit is cool. They following their favorite fucking rapper. And then they don't understand that their favorite fucking rapper, sorry to curse, is a liar. They are full of it. They do not live by the words that they are rapping about. They do not live by the words that they are interviewing about. And now we got about like 5 young men all lost their lives. What seems to be to rap culture. And that's just the fucking truth. It's time for some shit to get done. It is time for some shit to get done. But nonetheless, let's change the topic. Let's get things a little bit lighter. Because that's what we like to do. We like to keep things light. We like to start your day off properly. So let's talk about Rihanna and she reflects on what she imagined her family would be like. The only thing I imagine, she's funny for that. So let's see what Rihanna's talking about and how she is building her beautiful family with ASAP, which is, again, he's influenced and he might be going to jail because guess what he was doing? He shot somebody or shot at somebody allegedly. So he might be going to jail. So she's losing her goddamn baby daddy to the same bullshit as well. But we're going to keep it going anyway.
Like this picture to me is like, did you ever imagine when you pictured your family that like this is what it would be like? Did you had to have some idea?
No, you don't have an idea. You just hope. I hope that I can have kids one day, and I hope I can have them in love, and I hope that I can be a part of a family that, you know, breaks generational curses and just like moves forward and does new things and raises our kids better than we've been raised, and all the beautiful things, and it's happening, and I can't believe it. The only thing I imagined was probably the forehead on Rizza. I mean, Riot doesn't have it. I'm like, wait, are you sure?
My baby forehead right there.
Right?
That's funny.
You can't lose this thing.
I'll let you go on this. I asked you the last time I saw you, what was the thing that surprised you most about motherhood? Now I'm gonna ask you, what's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend? What's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend? Because like this picture to me is.
So I wonder if she's gonna say that being a mother is the hardest thing in the world. I wonder if she's gonna say it is absolutely harder than anything else she's ever done in the world, and she can't do it. I wonder if she's gonna complain about the whole thing, because you know a lot of times when we hear these women talk about being a mother, it's the most difficult job in the world. Is that true, Rihanna? Let's see what Rihanna said. Let's see if she say it's the most difficult job in the world.
Ooh, I loved him differently as a dad. This is major.
Okay, so she went straight to talking about A$AP Rocky, how she has a different respect for him, seeing him as a father. And I think most women do recognize this, right? So I think it's good that we have this visual of her talking good about her baby daddy and how she gained even more respect for him, being a great father by being attentive, being loving. So she see a different side of him that she never knew existed. So that's an awesome thing for her to say on record. So therefore, if anything happens and she ever say some bullshit like how Cardi B is saying right now, or how Megan is saying, we could call out on it. Like what happened to this part? So that I'm glad they're in a great space and that she's able to express how it is, how women look at men when they are great fathers. That turns women on. That is a thing that make the vagina go splash, splash, as being a great father, being a great leader. Let's see what else she said, because I did not watch this whole video. I seen a bit of beginning of it. I seen the gist of it. I did not know she was going to go into this. I thought she was going to talk about motherhood. But I appreciate her saying that she has a different found respect for her man because of how great of a father he is. Let's keep it going. Good job, Rihanna, so far.
Major, like, it's a turn on. It's just like, wow, what a leader.
So men, I just said it. I told y'all, if you want to impress your woman, you need to be a great father because it shows your leadership skills. You want your woman to follow behind you, go ahead and be a great father. She's going to follow behind you, but you got to be to stand on it and keep that same energy throughout the rest of the relationship, though. You got to maintain it. It makes the pussy go splash, splash.
What a great, patient, loving, and my kids are obsessed with him. I'm just a background, like I'm an extra. What? Yep, it happens. Do you have kids?
Not yet.
Okay, so prepare. Ooh.
So so I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that she said that. So I guess maybe it's okay to be house husbands 2024. I'm sorry. I had to say it because she don't need his money, right? So, but I think that's awesome that she's giving fathers the love that they deserve because we rarely see women loving over fatherhood. We rarely see it. So I think that's a beautiful thing that she is out here expressing how beautiful it is when you are being an awesome father, when you are being a great leader in your household, and what it makes the woman do, even though she's making all the money, she's making all the decisions, what it made her do by him being a great father, being a great leader, it made her fall back into the background. She falls back into her position. And the position I'm talking about is the family dynamic position of letting the man lead the family, me falling back and nurture the family. She's fall back, keep it calm, make some food, change the diaper, give the baby some hugs and kisses. And she's able to take herself out of the situation, at least at this part of their life, because things could switch quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because the children are going to choose which parent they want to fuck with more. Just what it is. My youngest daughter, she's all about her mama. Can't tell her nothing about her mama. She tells me I'm not. She curses me out every chance she can. She loves me, but she wants to be with her mama. And me, I have to fall back from that. I cannot force myself on my child. So I think that is some great advice that people probably didn't even recognize or hear. That if your child is being led well by the other parent, fall the fuck back. Let that child choose the parent that they want to be around. Fall back. And I think that's I think this is a goal that parents need to seek. Let's talk about parenting real quick. I think that is a goal that parents need to seek. They need to be less involved in a child's life. I think that is the ultimate goal. You need to train your child how to be independent from you. That is a product of a good parent. When your child don't need you. But what I see often is that a lot of parents want their child to need them. They make themselves needy to their child. No, that's absolutely wrong. You need to be teaching them how to be independent of you. They shouldn't be calling you every fucking 10 seconds of the day. Mommy, can I? No, teach their ass how to cook. Stop calling me for every fucking thing. You fall down, go boom, lick your goddamn wounds, get up and keep fucking running. You can't solve it, figure it out. I don't know how to do it neither. Stop solving things for your goddamn child. You got to let their child learn how to problem solve. You need to learn how to be irrelevant in your child's life. That's what you need to figure out how to goddamn do. Stop being so goddamn helicopter over your damn children. Let those children be great. A lot of times, the damn children smarter than the parent any damn way. I know my kids are smarter than what I was at the same age. Shit. So I do my best to stay out their goddamn way and let my children be who they are. All I'm trying to do is guide them into being the greatest person they are, not the greatest person I see them to be. No, you want to be a singer? Then go ahead and do that. Sing. Oh, you want to be an accountant? You good with math and numbers? Gotta be that. Oh, you look like you interested in computers? You want to play this and that and the third? Go ahead and be a cybersecurity. And let them be fucking great. Let them children be who they need to be. That's why a lot of people is messed up when they turn into adults. They can't make decisions on their own. They do not know who they are. Because you never allow them to be who they're supposed to be. You was helicopter parenting. You just hovering over them. Let those children be. Let them be who they need to be. Good job, Rihanna. I appreciate you giving Father's Day flowers. That is an awesome thing because we rarely see it. We rarely see men get the flowers they deserve. Father's Day is probably the least. The least. Out of all the holidays, that is promoted. That is anticipated. We get funky ties and socks for Father's Day. People go all up for Mother's Day. Maybe things are changing after Rihanna says this. Maybe people will look at their husbands and the people that they made children with differently. maybe now they'll start to look at their man and say, God damn, you are a good father. And I love that about you. It's a new part of you that I've never seen before. Because women sometimes they forget how great and powerful their man is. They forget to tell him how beautiful he is. Y'all women forget to tell that man that's gone out there slaying dragons every goddamn day how much you appreciate him. And y'all women need to go and fucking do that. And us as men, we need to tell our women that we appreciate that shit. So they know, like, yes, I'm the strong one in the family, but guess what? I enjoy when you talk your shit. I enjoy when you fucking give me some praise. Don't let her shame you. She said, oh, do you want a cookie? Yes, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. I would like my goddamn cookie for doing the things that I'm supposed to do. Absolutely. It's okay. Say that shit. Don't let them shame you out your flowers. Give me my damn flowers while I'm alive. Don't wait till I goddamn die. You insane? Are you insane?
Same thing my dad.
Speaking of the damn children, let's talk about it. Legacies. Godfrey says he doesn't plan to leave his children any of his fortune unless they obtain 2 degrees. Good day to you, Travel One. What you humming about, Travel One? That's right. Us fathers are awesome, Travel One. And if you find you a great man that is also a great husband, you got to love him for both those things. Love him for being a great man. And when he was pounding you, you loved him then. So therefore, when he becomes a great father, you better love him some more. Goddamn right, Travel One. That's what I'm saying. And I think most people don't challenge their children in the proper way. So I think this is a great way to possibly, I didn't hear what he says yet, but from what the title says, Godfrey says he doesn't plan to leave his children any of his fortune unless they obtain 2 degrees. And I'm assuming that he's going to say the 2 degrees got to pertain to his legacy, because your legacy is not your children, is what you leave behind. So he probably, same thing that Shaquille O'Neal did with his children. He said, I'm not going to just leave you all the shit and you do not know what to do with it. So you need to go and get degrees in the field that my business is running in. So I'm pretty sure the 2 degrees that they have to obtain is something to deal with what his business is. So therefore, when he leaves and he dies, they can actually run the shit and not just spend the money and splurge and do dumb shit with the money. Because that's what having a legacy is all about. Flores says something crazy. I'm not going to repeat it. But you go ahead, Flora. Good day. Good to see you. Esau, great to see you here as well. Flora out here trying to drag people. Hold on. Somebody's calling me. Let me see who the hell. Yo. Good day to you. I'm on the live right now. What's good with you? What you need? I am. My baby, if you can, you have to call. You gonna have to call your mama over here. She's in the room. She's hanging out. So you're gonna have to see if she's willing to come pick her up. Because right now I'm on the live, so I'm not gonna be able to drive. But you know, you can bring my baby over. So yeah, I probably don't want to pick up. So I'm just don't be scared. Just call her. I don't have the number. So now I got the number. Hold on. All right. I'm doing my best to be positive. Yes. So, I like that. I like that because I'm having a good morning. So everybody should have a good morning. I'm trying to uplift the people. I started off a little bit dark, but now we are going to the positive side. She found potato chips. As she shouldn't. She found potato chips. All right, I'll call her mom right now. All right. So that's it. So I'm most likely going to get to see my grandbaby today. So that is awesome. I don't think it was in the plan for them to bring her over today. But yes, she is going to be on her way. So salute to that. I'm going to enjoy my grandbaby. I'm going to give her a bunch of kisses. I'm going to make her cry. I'm going to kiss her face so much that it makes her cry. And I guess I'm going to have to maybe possibly follow what Guy Fieri says, that for you, my grandbaby, to take over the family legacy, you're going to have to get a degree. And that degree is going to have to pertain to the business, not just any bullshit degree. You're not going to just get a social working degree. No, you're going to have to get a degree that's going to pertain to business, because we are trying to build something here. So yes, you cannot just get any bullshit degree. But let's see what he's saying. Let me not throw words into his mouth. Let's see what he is actually saying. But that's what I believe. Let's go.
Dad told me. My dad says, when I die, you can expect that I'm going to die broke and you're going to be paying for the funeral. And I told my boys, none of this that I've been building are you going to get unless you come and take it from me.
Damn.
So if you want it, so my nephew Jules is in the music industry down in LA. He's in the law program at Loyola Marymount right now. You know, if you're going to be a big time entertainment agent, you need to have that law background. So he's doing that. And my youngest son, Ryder, is a senior in high school, getting ready to graduate, going to graduate in the spring. And he's like, Dad, this is so unfair. I haven't even gone to college yet. And you're already pushing that I got to get an MBA. He says, can I just get through college? I'm like, hey, you know, it's, if you want, Shaq said it best.
God damn. Hey, I promise you I did not see this video. I was just out there running my mouth. I promise you I didn't see this goddamn video. But I had a feeling once I seen how the title was. But I think it's great. And I think us as parents, we need to all start implementing this kind of thought patterns for our children. We got to inspire. We have to inspire our children, especially our male children, to go out there and fully get a goddamn degree. Because we know the males are struggling to stay in school. We know the males are struggling to get master's degree. They're going to get their associates and leave because they're going to make money. But we got to push them further. And one way we could push them further is by creating something ourselves, something that's worth having ourselves to leave behind for somebody to take over, which is our real legacy, not our children. And then so we push them, say, hey, you need to go get you if it's a business situation, we need you to go get you an MBA, a master's in business administration. So when I die, I know you can run the business properly. At least you have the tools to run the business properly. Whether you be successful or not everybody with an MBA can run a business. However, at least you will put the effort in and you have the tools to take over the business when I leave my legacy behind. Good day to you, April. Let's keep the video going. So far, I'm liking what I'm hearing.
Shaq said it about his kids one time. He says, if you want any of this cheese, you got to give me 2 degrees. Well, my 2 degrees mean, you know, postgraduate. So they're on their way. I told them the same thing my dad told me. My dad says, when I die.
Okay, so that's what it is. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? Should we build something big enough for our children to leave behind, which is a legacy, the things that you leave behind, not your children? Let's make that clear. There's a big distinction between that thing. And for us to leave it to our child, we should not just give it to our goddamn child. They should earn it from us. So we build something for our children. We need to give them incentive to go to school and finish out their education. You want to take over this $1 million business that I created? You want to just take it over? You need to go ahead and get a master's in business. We're not just giving you shit. You're going to have to earn this motherfucker. So this way, when anybody come and challenge you, you say, no, I earned this motherfucker. It wasn't just given to me. And I'm going to take what my father built or what my mother built, and I'm going to run it the way how I see fit today and for today's economy. And this way you won't have to second guess your goddamn self as a kid, because, you know, you build up the right things. You build up the right skills, the right tools to implement it. And now you could take over your family business, and whoever's at the board, you could tell them, this is what we fucking doing. You can't tell me different because I earned my spot here. I'm sorry your mama didn't leave you anything, and you 50 years old and you got to listen to me at 27 that just got my master's degree. But hey, I get it. You old enough to be my damn parent, but you're not. You are my employee. And you work for me. So shut the fuck up when you're in my meeting. That's what they go to say. You know, that's what I think. Especially my little one. Oh my goodness. I think she's gonna be wild. That little one there. She's spicy as hell. I'm telling you, she's wild. Something wrong with her. She was born a full-blown feminist. My young one, she's gonna give people hell. She is gonna give people hell. So let's change the topic. I want to change the topic.
He just said he was moving out.
And I want to talk about paying attention to your goddamn partner. Because a lot of you motherfuckers do not pay attention to your goddamn partner. We just act like we hear the conversation. She could just change her mind. At the blink of an eye, she wake up one day, change her mind. No, you was not paying attention to your goddamn spouse. That's what happened. Good day, Miss Jill. We all okay over here, Miss Jill. First, we was holding these goddamn rappers accountable. That's what we did at the top of the stream. Because 21 Savage is a goddamn liar. He said he lies in all of his music, but he's influenced other ATL rappers to go and commit murder at 15 years old. They done shot a 12-year-old boy in Atlanta. So instead of these young parents, I don't know if they're young, but instead of these parents preparing for the happy holidays, they gotta have funeral arrangements because a bunch of young people, the oldest being 17, the youngest being 12, so we was holding them accountable and the music accountable for these people lying to the youth. And then we went into great fathers and how they need to be praised, because it's a beautiful thing when a man turns into a father and he's leading his family and helps, and it makes the woman fall back when the man is taking care of his responsibilities as a man and a father, which are two different things. And you got to love him, gain more respect for that man because he's such a great father. So first you loved him because when he was pounding it, you was loving him. And then now he becomes a great father, you love him some more. And we got to start praising those. We got to bring these great men to the forefront. We got to start praising them. Now, we are saying that once you build your business, you do not just give your business, do not just give your money to your child. We got to give them incentive to stay in school, especially to the young men. We say, hey, listen, we built up this fortune. We built up this business. For you to take over this fortune and this business, you need to go ahead and get a master's degree in business, if that's what you built. Whatever it is that you build. If you build up a goddamn restaurant, then you need to go be a master chef. But still, even if it's a restaurant, that's still a business. So you can still get an MBA. That's what we're talking about. And now we're going to talk about paying attention to your spouse. Let's see what this woman is talking about.
He couldn't take it anymore. Like, he couldn't be in the relationship anymore.
Sorry, that threw me off.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So when she got home from work, all his shit was gone. And she hadn't heard from him. She was texting him and he was blocking her. And then he would unblock her, say, okay, maybe we can talk. But then he would block her again. And that was their relationship. She's like, but everything was fine. I didn't notice anything was wrong. So
did she not notice, or did she not care to notice?
That's the thing. So then when I saw that meme about women don't know that you're unhappy until it affects them, I'm like, oh shit. I had to reflect and see if that's true. Do women care about their man's happiness that much as long as their man is making them happy?
That, realistically speaking, you can tell that your partner is unhappy. Like, if you guys are doing stuff and they don't want to participate in the things that you're doing, like they start to be standoffish, that you have to be really selfish to not notice that in another person. That's your partner. And especially someone that you're living with, like, we're sharing a home. You're telling me that one day you didn't black on him for not doing the dishes and he didn't give you a look?
He just said he was moving out.
So just like yesterday, it was a woman in a 20-year relationship, marriage, 20-year marriage. And this man was oblivious that his wife had a problem for 20 years. And they might be possibly getting divorced now. And the same thing with this woman. She did not know her man was having a problem with her so until he decided to move out. Why are we not paying attention to our spouse? Why are we so self-centered that we believe that as long as we good, that the other person is good? And you're wrong. We got to pay attention to the cues that's going on through the household. The little snapping. When you slap her butt, she is acting funny now. She act like it hurts every time you slap her butt. Every time you go in for a kiss, she ain't got no goddamn chapstick anymore. Why your lips so goddamn rough looking? Why you not putting on makeup anymore? Why you not taking care of yourself? Why you not doing the things that you normally do? We got to pay attention to those things because our spouse do not just change overnight. It's been going on. You've been neglecting your spouse for years, for months, for weeks. And nowadays, people are not having that shit. They are not having it, male or female. We are not having it. So this man decided, I am moving the fuck out. I'm not dealing with your attitude. I'm not dealing with you not giving me no sex. I'm not dealing with you not giving me no head, acting like I'm the goddamn problem. I'm gone. I'm not give you no goddamn, you didn't take the hints. I'm gone. So we see it on both sides. So we seen the man, he said, I had no idea. This was yesterday. He said, I had no idea we was going through this. I didn't know you felt this way. She's like, yeah, for 20 years. You didn't give a fuck about me. And he was like, shit, maybe I got to go reevaluate some things. Yes, you do, sir. And the same thing with this woman here. Her man just packed up his shit. She went to work. She came back home and that man was gone. Do you blame him? Do you blame him? Should you stay around? If somebody's treating you wrong, should you stay or should you fucking leave? Should you voice your opinion to them? Or should you just pack your shit up and leave? I believe you should be a communicator. I think you should explain to your partner, this is what's going on with me right now in this moment. I'm not feeling how you've been treating me for the past 2 to 3 weeks. And you on some bullshit. When the last time you told me X, Y, whatever it is that you like, because everybody have their own reasons why they stay in a relationship. And it needs to be voiced. The opinion needs to be heard. But it is a problem. It's a problem. A lot of human beings are so self-centered in this day and age. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the milk. I don't know. Maybe it's the food that you goddamn eat. But y'all have a problem with noticing that your spouse having a problem. Y'all not paying attention to them. This man was in a 20-year marriage and he had no idea that his wife felt this way. Slept with this woman, every day. This woman, she was living with her man. He just one day decided, pack his shit up and leave. Never said anything. So that makes me go to believe that maybe the cure to it is this. What you think? Maybe. What y'all think about it? Do you agree? Cameron Diaz says married couples should normalize having separate bedrooms and houses. Is that the answer to all this madness? You don't want to pay attention to your spouse? Maybe you need to sleep in the other goddamn room because we are just friends now with benefits. Maybe we should have our own separate houses and our own separate apartments. I love you. We can hang out. However, since you don't pay attention to me, you don't want to pick up your goddamn underwear. You don't want to pick up your goddamn socks. Go over to your house and do your own damn laundry. I'm tired of cleaning your streaky underwear. What do y'all think? Should married couples normalize having separate bedrooms and houses? Me personally, I want to hear what y'all thought of that. But me personally, I do not believe that if you are married, you should have an extra bill by having a separate house or separate bedrooms. So I guess that would be the solution to the multiple bills, right? You have one house, but you sleep in separate beds like you back in 1920. We only come together in this one bedroom to make children. It's a lot of you there's a lot of you people out there with sexless marriages, according to these YouTube streets. I don't know. I think that is a design set up for failure. I think this is a design set up for cheating. I don't think you're gonna have a healthy relationship happiness. I think they should have a one bedroom. However, I think everyone should have a space, even share space, to be done sometimes. It's needed to be alone. It is needed to be alone. That is very true. Even though we are couples and we love each other and we do a bunch of things together and we want to hang around our spouse, we do need our alone time. And it's an important thing. I don't need you up under my ass all the time. I don't need to be calling you out at my lunch break. I don't need to call you when I'm on my way home. Like, no. Let me have my alone time when it's my time. I still am a human being, and human beings deserve to have their alone time. Whether that's going to get my eyelashes done, my nails did, my toes did, my hair did. Sometimes your woman needs to just go ahead and be. And the fellas, when we get our hair cut, hopefully you getting your goddamn manicures and pedicures as well. Go smoke you a goddamn cigar, which I need to maybe I should go do that today somehow, some way. And you need to go have your goddamn alone time. So this one, when you come back, you'll be fine. And you could be the best human being you could possibly be for your spouse. Because otherwise, it's not going to be good. You're going to create, just like in that 20-year-old marriage, you are going to create resentment from the other human being while you're doing everything that you love. Michelle Obama is another one that is a great example of it. For 10 years, she felt like she was slighted and she was not being taken care of. And she was mad at her husband, the president of the United States of America. Because she felt like, oh, you want to go golfing? You living your best life. Well, I'm taking care of these goddamn children. I ain't living my best life. And she felt a certain way. Luckily, she is smart enough to know that, 10 years of bad times doesn't negate the 20 years of great times. So she was smart enough to keep her marriage together. Hopefully they stay together forever. And if I guess they have problems, they'll just have separate bedrooms. But I think it's detrimental to have separate bedrooms. I think it is important that couples sleep together and sleep with each other in peace and harmony and hug each other. I don't think everything is evolved around the pound town. You got to be intimate with each other other than sex. Sex is the least thing that you do in your relationship. I don't give a fuck if you was having sex every day. It'd still be the least thing that you do in your relationship. Is it a powerful thing? Yes, it is. Is it an important thing? Absolutely. It's important. However, I don't think people should just hold that as the most important thing in their relationship. And it tends to be that way. I still, if y'all want to see what I was talking about with the lady.
We're done. Fuck this shit.
What is the secret of a happy marriage?
The same thing.
Accommodation.
Acquiescence.
When you had an argument, how did you overcome that?
We never did.
You never did?
Never.
No, what do you-
I am
Oh.
burning with hate that I have carried for years. But it's fine.
You never told me that.
So much. So much to be
Really?
resolved.
So what was a
So, that's the thing. You have to pay attention to your goddamn mate, Because it's the same thing that this was being said. It's the same communication problem. The same exact communication problem. Where is it? Where is she? The same.
He just said he was moving out.
He just said he's moving out.
He couldn't take it anymore. Like he couldn't be in the relationship anymore.
Sorry, that threw me off.
Right.
Oh shit.
So when she got home from work, all his shit was gone. And she hadn't heard from him. She was texting him and he was blocking her. And then he would unblock her, say, okay, maybe we can talk, but then he would block her again. And that was
He was fed up. You know, they got a song where the woman's fed up, but what about when a man is fed up? And there's nothing you could do about it. How about that? You cannot gain our love back. Because once we decide to leave, we are gone. Ain't no coming back. And sometimes human beings, they have this big inflation of who they are and what they bring to the table, which we hear that a lot. What they bring to the table, they think that is so valued that the other person cannot leave. I think that's probably part of the narcissistic behaviors. Because they overvalue who they are. It's called being arrogant. When you overvalue your self-worth. And yes, Anya Bracey, men rarely leave. They usually stick together. They usually stay there. Through the thick and the thin, men are willing to endure. They stay with their favorite sport team, whether they winners or losers. So when they do, they are gone. Women, sometimes, I'm sorry to say, but women do flip-flop a lot. Men, we kind of stay within it for the long run. Because when we decide to be with that human being we love hard. So that's when, you know, even though we are incapable of it, men probably love a little harder than women. It's more men out there being stepfathers than possibly, I don't have the statistics on this. Maybe I should look into it. But there's a lot of men who are willing to take on children that are not theirs. I'm not one of them. Absolutely not. But now that I'm getting older, maybe. Because, you know, a lot of you motherfuckers. Let me stop. Let me not go there. I'm not willing to do it in a romantic setting. Maybe I should say that. I'm willing to help out any young person. So my people, I enjoy being around young people. They keep me young. Most of y'all don't even know my age. Like a goddamn vampire out here. God damn. Looking so good. I hope y'all doing well on this Wednesday. I hope y'all doing good on this Wednesday. So yes, we have to pay attention to our spouses. We got to pay attention to them. They give you the signs. So you cannot be in a 20-year marriage and not knowing that your wife was having issues with you this whole goddamn time. You cannot be living with somebody and that person just decides to leave and you don't understand why. Huh? Pay attention.
was a relationship. She's like, but everything was fine. I didn't notice anything was wrong.
She didn't know anything was wrong.
So,
did she not notice or did she not care to notice?
That's the thing.
That is the thing. She did not give a fuck about how he felt. Same thing with the man. He didn't give a fuck about how his wife felt. They did not care to notice that their spouse was going through some things. That's what happened. That's what really happened. They did not care to notice that their spouse was going through a rough time. They said everything is good. Bills is paid for. Everything's paid. We go to work. We come home. We kiss. We have sex. Everything is good. No, it's not. You are not paying attention to the telltale signs. And you need to. You need to care about the other person. Because I'd rather you care for me than love me. God damn it. Because we know when you love somebody, you treat them foul. That's just the fact of the matter. You cannot hurt somebody unless you love them. That's what usually happens. What happens when you just like somebody? We need to learn how to be in like with our partners. God damn it. We treat people that we like better than the people that we love. You talk to people that you like more than you speak to the people that you love. That's how I see it. You know, you're hanging out, you're going on a goddamn date. You know what happens when you like that person? They spill a drink, bloop. Like, oh, it's okay. Let me get a napkin. Come here. Clean it up. It's okay. We just order another drink. You clean it up because you like the person. Well, guess what happens when you fucking love that person? You go, sit down, you knock up drink. Like, God damn it. Why would you put the damn cup there. You know I speak with my damn hands. You know I was gonna knock over the damn drink. Every goddamn time we go out, you want to put the cup right there. That's what happens when you are in love. That's what happens. But when you're in like, you treat the person better. Don't fucking love me, goddammit. You know how people use with love, they say, oh, I love that flower. They pick the flower out the goddamn ground. You just killed the damn flower. Don't love me. Shit, I don't want to die. I want to stay alive. I want to breathe. So, goddammit, you better like me. You treat people that you like better. People that you love, I don't know. They don't get treated with much love. They don't. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Thing. So then when I saw that meme about women don't know that you're unhappy until it affects them, I'm like, oh shit. I had to reflect and see if.
So women do not know that you are going through some things until it affects them. What do y'all say? That might be true because women do not pay attention to their man sometimes because they got so many other things going. They pay attention to the children. They pay attention to the house, their job, their friends. And sometimes you as a spouse can fall to the wayside. It doesn't even matter what gender it is. It could happen. And then you fall in victim into that because, you know, everything is going good in the household. So there's no drama. And if you drama filled, you're paying attention to all the drama things that's going on in your household. And those things can happen. Gotta pay attention to those
if
things.
that's true. Do women care about their man's happiness that much as long as their man is making them happy?
That realistically speaking, you can tell that your partner is unhappy. Like if you guys are doing stuff and they don't want to participate in the things that you're doing, like they start to be standoffish, that you can.
Again, exactly. Exactly. They start to be standoffish. They don't want to hear that bullshit that you're kicking in their ear. They don't want that goddamn chicken anymore. They start saying, God damn it, baby, I want some duck. You know you have a problem. She's like, but this is your favorite chicken dish. I'm tired of the chicken. I want some duck. Do something different. Let's go outside. Sometimes this is how it goes. Sometimes this is how it be. I don't know. But we are going to end the streams on the Facebook side. So if you are over there, you need to come over to the YouTube side. Let's do this. Yes, save the changes. We're going to do this. Save the changes. All right. So what else we want to talk about today? That's just all I got for today. So my thoughts for the meantime, in between time. Today, later on today, I'm going to be at the Will Nkuzi show. We're going to be having a conversation over there about relationships and all types of things. Pretty sure it's going to have some lovely ladies over there. I believe it's on West Coast time. So we are doing it 7 p.m. West Coast time. And I'm going to enjoy myself over there. Last time I spoke to Will Nkuzi, I was at my man Damien's podcast. Can I get some? And we had some great disagreements there. So I'm pretty sure over here, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to enjoy myself over there. Salute to Will Nkuzi. As I'm going to join him later on tonight. Actually, I got to send him an email later on. And we're going to enjoy it. Have a good time. I want to go to the West Coast. I haven't been to Los Angeles or anything like that. I've been to Vegas, but I haven't been to the West Coast, and I want to go to the West Coast and enjoy this long, tall palm trees. And I definitely enjoy that beautiful weather that they have. Man, if they didn't have such fucked up taxes over there, I would honestly think about moving to the West Coast and being on a type of time, man. Like, you know, just the beach life. I might become a beach bum. That's the reason why I can't stay in Florida. Because if I moved to Miami, I wouldn't mind being a beach bum. This is a good thing I have a family because I don't know. Shit. I just love warm weather. I love seeing palm trees. I love just being able to walk on the goddamn beach at any time and just chill out, smoke a cigar. I love that. It's absolutely enjoyable. Even though they do have a roach problem over there in Florida. I think they are number 5 on the list of roaches. To be honest with you, I don't think I could go to Houston because Houston is number 1 of the roach problem, which makes sense. You see how they women look. However, people try to say that, New York, we got a rat problem. I think I'd rather have that problem. Because you know what, the rats, they don't really come. All you gotta do is buy a goddamn cat. You bring a cat in your house, and you don't have to worry about the rats running around your goddamn house anymore. Because your cat's gonna have a good time chasing around. But that goddamn roach problem, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They are disrespectful. They are the most disrespectful insects known to man. They don't give a fuck if you have family over. Roaches don't give a fuck if you have a guest over. Roaches don't give a fuck about your toothbrush, at least from the videos I've seen. You ever been to the projects? Them roaches do not give a shit. They be running around with goddamn dust fucking buggies and shit. They be just running around in your shit like they don't care. In the projects, you turn the lights on, they don't even run. They just stand. What's up? And then they keep about their business. Fuck that. They go inside your book bag. No, I don't want no damn roaches. I don't think I could ever move to Houston. Number 1 roach place? Absolutely not. Disgusting. I can't stand how they look neither. Damn. And probably in Houston, they probably got the water bugs. Ugh. I can't stand insects, to be honest with you. They're just crawling around with the antennas and shit. Give me the goddamn rats over the roaches. Get me a goddamn pit bull and a cat. We could fight off the goddamn rats. Even though there be some big ass motherfucking rats in the subway. But they really don't be paying you no attention. They just trying to get their food and leave. You know what I'm saying? You drop the pizza on the floor, they come. They more like sanitation. You drop the pizza on the goddamn floor in the subway, they come pick it up and take it to their house. And they eat it. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. What's wrong with that? But them damn roaches, absolutely not. They disgusting. And you can't kill the goddamn roaches. They just keep on multiplying. They don't stop. Even in a nuclear war, roaches are going to survive. Fuck that. Can't trust no goddamn insect that's going to survive nuclear war. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Okay. Feeling much better. I am back. I'm for real. Edible, you turn the lights so they don't even run in the projects. They gangster as hell. Can't deal with that shit. You spray Raid on them, they just act like it's a goddamn shower. Raid? Ain't nobody scared of that shit. That's how strong they be in the goddamn projects. But I ain't got no time to deal with that shit. Absolutely not. I'd rather deal with my goddamn rats and roaches in New York City. I mean, rats and the mice rather than. Absolutely not. What else is going on in these streets? Your man Charleston White, he just recently got arrested. That's another character that I don't understand why people love so much. But he is entertaining, I guess. Charleston White, did y'all hear about that? He was charged with animal cruelty, aggravated assault in Dallas. In Texas, he over there with the roaches too. He kind of looked like a roach too, goddammit, the way how his face is set up. He kind of looked roach-like with his missing eye. Talking about his eyeball looks better than Fetty Wap's because his comes out. Fetty Wap just got a hole in his eye. That boy crazy as hell. He crazy as hell. Absolutely. How do you pronounce your name? E-Belly? How you pronounce that? Eb Ellie. E-Belly. I don't know. What else is going on with y'all? What else is going on with me? I don't know. I'm good. Majority of my kids, they got all the things that they need for Christmas. It's the holiday time. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a bunch of people over this year. I'm not sure because my wife said she do not feel like cooking. She do not feel like doing all that big thing that she did for Thanksgiving because usually she got to cook that meal twice, right? Because Thanksgiving food is the same as Christmas food pretty much. And she do not want to do all that cooking this year. She want to just hang out. She want to get her drink on and just chill out, let the kids have their fun, open up the gifts, and just relax. That's what she really wants to do. She just want to have a social event, have a couple of friends over, probably, maybe invite my crazy ass mom, but she be tripping. But she shows me love though, so I can deal with her for like a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all eat for Christmas? Do y'all eat the same Thanksgiving dinner for Christmas? Are we cooking turkeys? Is that what we doing for Christmas? We cooking turkeys and stuffing and mac and cheese? Me, I really don't mind either way. I got some pizzas. As a matter of fact, babe, can I have some pizza? I appreciate you. So she said she cooking. She's just not cooking the whole shebang. She's going to have a mini portion of it. Maybe we should come up with a cookbook for that as well, babe. Thank you, babe. I can get some pizza. I appreciate you. And a bottle of water as well. I love when my wife take care of me. It's an awesome thing. She be taking care of me, y'all. She makes sure she's inspiring me to get back, to get me stronger, faster, healthier, because we have a half marathon coming up. I forgot, when is it coming up? What day is it? When are we doing this half marathon? We're doing this soon. So she got to get to running soon. I got to get to running again soon. Like as yesterday, running some serious miles. When is it?
Marathon?
Yeah.
April 20th.
In April, we are running a half marathon. It is an interesting event to be a part of, to say the least. Running a marathon is half marathon. We are going to, because we are working our way up to a marathon as well as I am. But running that course, a lot of people probably believe that you got to be in such physical condition to finish the half marathon. But what it really is, it is a mental fight to run.
As much as physical.
No, it is absolutely have nothing to do with your physical.
No, if your legs stop working, your legs stop.
Your legs will not start working if you run
if it's
a
your first day running,
half marathon. What it is mental. It is 100% mental running a half marathon. Trust me, I did it.
Nothing to do with discipline. Yeah, and you.
It does have a lot. I ran a lot,
exactly.
But I had to train myself, as my wife disagrees
so
with me.
Physically, not just.
I had to train my mental to run this long of a distance because it can be boring running for that long of a period of time. You are running for about, if you do it fast, like if you are competing, then yes, you are running a half marathon in what? An hour and a half. Doesn't sound like a long run, but that's pretty fucking fast. Normal people are running a half marathon in 4 hours. Me, I did it in less than 3 hours. And it was brutal. But what I've learned from running that half marathon, that it was all mental. It didn't have nothing to do with my legs or my arms. It was all mental. I remember that first mile I was running. Listen, y'all, I was fucking moving. I am not telling them a lie. This is my experience. I'm a disciplined person regardless. I'm just telling them my experience. That's all I'm doing, woman. So in my experience, it was more mental than physical to run that half marathon. The reason ma'am.
You have to remember, you're not like everybody else.
I feel you.
Mother, give an example is,
Oh, I like that.
You
I
are like
appreciate you.
that.
What am I not like, babe?
not like everybody else.
Oh, I like when you talk that talk, baby. Yes, boost me up. Because I was talking about this earlier. You gotta boost up your man. Go ahead, babe. Boost me up. What am I not like? Tell me again.
Not like everybody else. You gotta use yourself as an example of
Yeah.
doing things that you do
Mm.
for everybody.
Yeah.
No, these people are not like that. People need discipline. People need
Thank
hard
you.
work.
Thank you, babe. So what I would say to you is this: that first mile and a half, because that's when you get your first drink of water. You run by the juice station. One thing I would say is this: learn, if you ever want to get into running, which is an awesome thing. It's more mental than physical to run. Not only that, one thing you need to practice on is grabbing the drink when you're running and trying to drink it. Because I was moving that first that mile and a half. I'm sorry, the first 2 miles, I believe that's where you get your first drink, the first water station. And I'm running, and I think I'm just gonna pick that thing up and drink it. I grabbed the Gatorade, boosh, half of it spilled out from me grabbing. It's number one. And then I tried to drink it while I'm running. I got just a sip of the goddamn Gatorade. The Gatorade fell all over my face and my goddamn running suit. So now I'm thirsty as hell, and now I have to go to the next mile and a half till I get the next one. Another thing that's dangerous at the water station that you got to figure out how to slow down and go in to get it, because the other people, a lot of people, they stop and stand at the water station, which can be very dangerous. You run right into a person, they be running full speed, they will stop and drink because it is difficult to drink and run. So that first hand all over me, I'm dying of thirst. So now I'm like, all right, cool. I know I'm gonna do next time. So I'm running. I was moving too. That the first half of the half marathon, I was fucking moving. I was fucking killing it. The 10K, the first 10K, I was fucking moving. I was on my way to doing a 2 hour. I was en route to do maybe like an hour and 40 minutes. Because I was fucking moving. I was killing it. And then I got accustomed to the water station, grabbed the water, boom. I was able to drink the water and run because you got to have a breath control. Really, about running that long distance is your mental and your breath control. If you could regulate your breath and you could keep yourself mentally focused on moving, your body's going to do the rest regardless. Because once your legs start moving at a certain speed, the shit will just keep going. Just don't stop. But you got to be mentally prepared for that shit to not stop. That's what actually happens. Your momentum will just keep on moving. And that's one thing that I'm glad that I did not do when I ran my first half marathon. I did not stop, not one time. I just kept on going, even when I was dead tired. Everything absolutely hurts when you run a marathon. I mean, everything. Parts of your body that you didn't know exist starts hurting. My toes was hurting. My feet was hurting. Ankles, calf, thighs, hips, abdomen, chest, arms, shoulders. My ears was on even my ears was hurting. That's probably because it was kind of cold too. It was cold. It was freezing that day. It was about like 47 to 50 degrees, raining the whole time. Couldn't see the sun. It was freezing. It was brick. I'm soaking wet. Running, feet hurt, everything. Just ridiculous amount of pain that you're in. It's nothing that you can prepare yourself for. But mentally, I kept in it. I just kept my legs fucking moving. Even when I was and the last 3 miles is the toughest miles you have ever run in any kind of marathon, whether it's a half or I'm assuming a full. Because I slowed down drastically because I was mentally done. I was having conversations with myself in those last 3 miles, y'all. I was having conversations. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm having a conversation with myself. One side of my brain is arguing with the other side of my brain. Nobody's going to look at you as no punk if you just quit and walk away. The other side's like, yes, they will. You got to finish this. You said you was going to do it, didn't do it. And I was like, man, F that. Everything goddamn hurts. I didn't have no headphones or nothing. So, all you hear is that tap, 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 tap. That's all you hear. But the great thing about the marathon is the people that's on the sidelines. That is freaking awesome. They be having up signs. They be like, woo, I love your stamina. This is what they were screaming at me. I was like, God damn. Like, they have a whole bunch of funny things going on the side of the road. So that is awesome. It keeps you going. They have different kind of bands playing music, keeping you going. They have people cheering. Those volunteers is absolute awesome, and you need it. You absolutely need it. Them cheering you on, seeing no strangers cheering you on, absolutely helps you. You get through your day. And so now when I'm at the last 3 miles, I'm running. I'm moving much slower than I was. I cannot keep up the pace anymore because mentally I was done. And then next thing you know, when I'm running, and I was smoking. Next thing you know, this old lady with a fucking hunchback, her neck is at a crick. She runs past me. And I was like, what the fuck? How is that possible? And where did you come from, old lady? But that goes to show you that if you just stay consistent, do not stop, keep it moving, keep that pace up, keep your breath control proper, you would get through that goddamn race. Because by the way how she ran, the way how she looked, her age looked like she's about 60-something years old. Mind you, I finished the race in under 3 hours. This old lady passed me with a hunchback, crooked. This is how she was running with her head turned. She doesn't look like she's in a better physical shape than I am. She's definitely not her peak age. And she's crooked. And she ran past me. That goes to show it's a mental thing, not a physical thing. Even though this woman over there that was just cursing me out, she says, no, it's a physical thing. I'm here to tell you, that lady was not more physical fit than me. But clearly, that lady was mentally stronger than I was at that time. She was able to overcome age, health, and strength to beat me in the race. Which strong people, regular people, I think if you're just a regular person, you run and walk the race, no training, you'll probably finish it in 4 hours, maybe 5. This old lady knocked it out the park and beat me in the race. Running hunchback. I was so upset. Listen, Wife School Podcast. I was so upset that this old lady passed me. I was like, ain't no goddamn way. I try to pick up the pace, try to keep up my breath. I was like, no, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm going to let this crippled looking old lady that's running with a hunchback side with her head to the side. She can't even look straight. Her head was down like this. I was like, it's no way this woman's going to beat me in this race. Ain't no way. So I'm catching up to her, head up. And then what I noticed as I'm trying to do all that, my heart rate went up. I'm checking on my watch. Oh, shit. Heart rate went up because now I'm not running at my pace anymore. I picked it up, right? So now my heart rate isn't going up. It was because throughout the race, I kept my heart rate at around 135 to 145. That was my heart rate. Good heart rate. I was able to breathe through it. I was able to talk to people, say hi. Keep it moving. But as I got towards the end, as I slowed down, I kept my heart rate there, but I did slow down dramatically. And then so when I'm trying to catch up to this old lady with the hunchback, slide over, head down, moving to the side, my heart rate went up to 170. I was like, what the? How the hell this old lady is moving this goddamn fast? Man, I caught up to her. And I'm like, I can't maintain this for the next one because I did it for like a mile. And so now I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make it to the last 2 miles if I keep up this pace with this old lady with the hunchback of Notre Dame. I couldn't keep up with her. I don't know how she did it, but she did. Man, I ran up beside her and I just wanted to just punch her in the back of the head. Like, what did you do? How did you do this? You cheated, ma'am. Is it your shoes? Did you take a taxi and you snuck back into the race? How did you get here? Just one. I was upset. But nonetheless, I calmed my ass back down, brought my heart rate back down, and I finished my race at my own pace. Because that's the main key about finishing any kind of marathon or half marathon is that you have to run your own race. You're not actually in competition with any of the other runners. You have to run your own race. You got to keep your heart rate at one pace as much as you can. Maybe a 10 heartbeat difference from 30 to 40 or from 50 to 60. You have to run your own race. You got to run at your own pace that you are comfortable with. You got to run at a pace that you can mentally keep up for the next 2 hours. You got to run at a pace where you could keep those legs moving. And you could get past all the pain, because eventually the pain will subside. And you would get through it no problem. But you got to be mentally tough enough to say, listen here, body, we going to go get through this goddamn thing. We're not stopping. You control your goddamn body. You control your own thoughts. That's why you got to have less negative thoughts. And that's how you gain more positivity. Because you cannot trick yourself into finishing that thing without stopping. No, you got to train yourself to not think negative throughout that run. Because everything is hurt. Everything is telling you to stop running. And the less negative thoughts that you take out of your subconscious, it will keep you going. Those people on the sideline, you seen all those other people. When I seen that old lady with the hunchback to the side, head down, run past me, it kept me motivated. I was like, I'm going to get through this. If this lady could pass me, I'm going to get through it. I'm not stopping. This old lady ain't stopping. I ain't stopping. And I kept her in my purview, but I ain't chasing her down anymore, though. That old lady was gone. But she kept me moving. All the people around you, it gives you a boost of energy. It really does. Because it's about, I believe it was 12,000 people running that day. And they keep you motivated. They keep you moving because you see all these different sizes of human beings and ages of human beings. So all this shit about fat people ain't running. I mean, I seen this absolutely huge lady. She kept up with me for the first 10K of the race. She was absolutely, from optics wise, looked like she was out of shape, and she was absolutely killing it the whole time. The only difference between me and her, the reason why I wound up cooking her at the end of the race, is because she stops at the water station, and I did not. I just grabbed it and kept going. But it's not easy to grab that Gatorade at the water station and drink and run. It's a skill that you gotta learn how to develop. But that's the only reason why I beat her, because that little bit of time that you stop, it makes a difference. And she was absolutely, from optic wise, looked like she was out of shape. She probably was about she's probably, I would say she was like 5'7" and probably about like 260 to 270 pounds. And she was running with me. I don't know if her knees was hurting. I don't know. Pretty sure everything on her body was hurting as well. But all that, and she had a big old butt too. So I actually let her run in front of me a little bit because she was one of those people that had the small waist. She was very heavy set, but that booty was big. The booty was booty. And so I was running behind her. I was like, yep, this is a good view. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. So I ran behind it. It gave me motivation. I ain't afraid to say it. What do you want me to do? Want me to lie? I didn't want to lie. So that's what happened. And one thing I will say, if you are attempting to do a half marathon or more, can I get to the yams? Sweet candy, show me the way, because I got miles to run. Is that after a certain amount of time, willpower is out the window. And it's all, I wouldn't say it's willpower. It's something else that got to keep. You got to be determined. Maybe you can't call it willpower, but I feel like willpower, after the first 3 miles, willpower's out the window. Because that shit is gone. You are hurting. It got to be another kind of determination. Whatever is after willpower, whatever terminology that we could come up that's after willpower, that is more powerful than your will, that is what happens when you run for so long of a time. Clocking in all those goddamn rounds, keeping up with that pace, keeping your head in the game, and convincing yourself that you're not going to stop moving your legs. Desperation. And that last mile, oh my. That last mile, when you see that sign, when it says it is your last mile, the last mile to the finish line, man, you get happy. And that is one of the things that is at the part where you really want to just walk the rest. You really do. And I said, no, absolutely not. Even though I'm right now at this point in the race, mentally, argument with me and my brain was already arguing to the fullest, and I couldn't do it anymore. And I was down to a very slow jog. And then the last mile, I see my family and friends, and they cheer me like, you can do it. Ah! They on the side, I slap some hands, high fives as I run by. And that gave me some extra, I'm going to use your word, willpower and desperation to finish up the race and pick up my pace again. And I was proud of myself when I finished that race without stopping, because that was my very first one. I kept my legs moving. I did not succumb to the pain. And I kept grinding. I kept moving, even though every inch, even my fingertips was in pain, because I believe it's because of the arm swing and the motion that you do. My elbow right here in my elbow was in pain. Why? I have no idea, but I'm assuming because of the form that I was running. I mean, everything absolutely hurts. Everything. But I kept going. And the people cheering on the sidelines, seeing my family there, friends cheering me on, saying you could see the look on their face. They were surprised that I made it there at that time. So that I was absolutely killing it. I did it under 3 hours, which most human beings would take at least 4 hours. That's a healthy person. I did like 2 hours and 30 minutes, like 2:37, I believe. And then when I got through the finish line, they put the goddamn thing over your neck, and they give you at the finish line. You know what you get? Let me tell you what you get at the goddamn finish line. You get a bunch of people cheering. They put the medal over your head, and they give you a goddamn apple. I was like, what the? All this goddamn pain and mental exhaustion, you give me a damn apple? They looked at me like, yo, give me the damn apple, though. I took a bite of the apple. I ain't gonna lie. That apple was the best tasting apple I ever had at that time. I ain't gonna lie. After all that, I burnt about, I think I burnt 5,000 calories within that run. 5,000 when I looked at the shit, I believe. That is ridiculous amount of calories. And I think I did about like 30,000 steps or some crazy shit like that. Something of that nature. So I grabbed the apple, eating it all. Man, I was pissed. I was so angry. Number one, I was angry because I tried to catch that old lady one more time. No, Natasha, I did not run with no gels and no snacks. I absolutely just ran, and I kept it moving. I have not tried any of the gels to see how it affects, but this time I am going to try incorporate it in my runs in the morning and see how it affects my running, see if it makes me feel good, how I go to the bathroom after, if it makes me constipated. I'm going to check it out, see how I feel before I use the gels because also when you are running these marathons, you cannot come with anything. Anything that you take off at the marathon, it is gone forever. They pick it up, they throw it in the garbage. So if you come with a jacket and a coat because it was cold, because that day it was absolutely freezing, it rained the whole 2 hours and 37 minutes that I was running. It rained the whole time. And not only that, you got to be there an hour before the race start. You have to be there an hour before the race starts. So that whole time I was there standing in the goddamn freezing cold rain because it started at, you had to be at the race at 6 a.m. The race started at 7 a.m. And whatever you take with you, if you take it off, it stays there and it goes in the garbage. So the whole time I'm standing, so the hour before I started running, I'm just standing there freezing because you don't want to have too much clothes in because you don't want that to stop your motion. So you don't got too much clothes. So everybody's just freezing. We just standing there. We talk to each other, trying to make each other laugh. Everybody's shivering. Then now is the last 5 minutes. Everybody's joking around. Now the last 2 minutes before the race, when they start announcing, they sing the national anthem. So it's kind of cool and everything. And then what happens? Everybody gets silent for the last 2 minutes. Everybody gets zoned in. Well, it depends on what part of the race you're in. I was in the front part of the race because of my time. So I'm with the real runners. I'm with the people that's going to do the 2 hours, right? They run it. People that I was with, they ran it in 2 hours. Me, I did it 2 hours and 37 minutes. That 2 hour mark is very difficult. Absolutely. They was zoned in. No more talking. Everybody put their headphones in. Then they focus. Nobody stretching anymore. They zoned in. Then boom, starts. You got run. Just try not to trip. And you have a bunch of adrenaline. That adrenaline will push you at least for the first 3 to 4 miles. The one thing I would say, if anybody's interested in running this goddamn thing, is do not let that adrenaline fool you, because it would give you a boost of high. I mean, you'll be keeping up with everybody. You'll feel good about yourself. And then you get to that 3 mile mark, you look at your goddamn heart rate, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna be able to keep up with them. If your heart rate is at 180, you need to slow the fuck down, because that adrenaline will have you completely fooled, thinking that you are doing better than what you are actually doing. When you listen to the Eye of the Tiger, what was my running playlist? Natasha, believe it or not, I ran with no headphones. I ran with just the sound of my feet hitting the pavement. That was it. And the screams and yells of the event. Because if you run fast enough, you get to every corner, every 3 miles, they have a different event at every corner. So it's like the first 3 miles, they had African drummers and they doing their thing and blah, blah, blah. Then the next 3 miles, they had a DJ playing great music, that motivational music. And then they had the next 3 miles was a high school marching band, the Brooklyn School of Music. They had a marching band there playing music. So it was an entertaining run, to say the least. I would say that because they do give you things to look at and keep you moving. And the scenery is also beautiful. We ran through the whole of Brooklyn. So I didn't have no music. Just my feet hitting it, just me trying to be mentally strong just to get through it and keep it moving. So now we make it to the end. I grabbed the apple angry. And they also have pretzels. I grabbed the pretzel, the salty pretzel. It was good. That was the most saltiness thing I ever tasted. And that was the sweetest apple I ever had. It's like my taste buds was on 1,000. I tasted everything. I could taste the air. And my legs was absolutely new. When I stopped running, I could barely walk. I could barely walk when I stopped running. I was in so much pain. No snacks, no headphones, and in the rain. Yo, it was absolutely when I originally like the first minute of finishing the race at Tasha, I was like, I'm never doing this shit again. This is the dumbest thing I ever did. was fucking cold. It was like 47 degrees, so I was freezing. Everything hurts. I was pissed. I couldn't walk properly. Man, I was angry. And then not only that, it's not like you could just like, so when you finish the race, it's not like you could just hop over the gate and go meet your friends and family, hop in the car. Absolutely not. There's way too many people. You still gonna have to walk and get to wherever you got to go. And most of the people at the race, the main thing that they say, they trying to finish the race as fast as they can so they could get a beer, which is also interesting, you know, but it's all about the electrolytes and the carbohydrates, I guess. Mind you, I don't drink. So I ain't gonna get a beer. Maybe this year I'll do that. Maybe this year I go get a beer after the race. So you got to walk another half a mile to meet your damn family, because if they are in the marathon on the sidelines, cheering you on, they got to go all the way around to meet you at the exit line, which is another half a mile away. I was pissed, but I did get another apple. Let's give me another damn apple. Just kept walking. I got my medal on. Like, I wanted to say, fuck this medal. So those are things to prepare yourself. When you finish that race, you know you got to walk another half a mile to get to the exit, because there's a lot of things going on. First of all, they try to keep you to keep running, right? They try to keep you to keep moving because it is thousands of people behind you. Mind you, it was 12,000 people in this race. I finished at around in the single, I believe like 4,000th place, I think. So they trying to, they make sure that nobody crash. Because a lot of people at the end of the finish line, like the last 10 meters, people was fainting and falling out. Dude right next to me, striving, he caught up to me. He's like, he trying to finish up strong, falls right at the fucking finish line. Somebody else had to pick his ass up, and he crawled past the finish line. Because at the last minute, it's hard. A lot of people fell. A lot of people could not make it. They had to crawl. Somebody else had to pick them up and help them run through the finish line. Shit is brutal. It's not a game. There's a lot of people, they stop, they fall short of the finish line. Somebody got to help them through the finish line. They have wheelchairs available for you, though. So that's a good thing. They do have wheelchairs at the finish line because you got to continuously move, because if you stop at that finish line, you're going to get ran over. And man, I was pissed at the damn finish line. All like they gave me was a goddamn medal and a freaking apple. Thank you, Sugar Bum. Oh yeah, and they do give you a bagel. So you get an apple. So first thing happens, medal. Second thing, apple. Take a bite. It was the 9 miles for you. That's what had you crazy. Yeah. No, but I did 13.2 miles, Sugar Bum. That's what a half marathon is, and we're about to do it again in April.
Yes.
And this time my wife is joining me, and I'm gonna do my best to convince her to not stop running. Because last time when we did the 10K together, she stopped. I finished. I ran ahead of her, but she was not too far behind me actually.
It was hot. It was like 100 degrees.
So. What? That is where running camaraderie comes in. It's crazy to get that far and not stop. It was so when I get there, right? So they give me my they put the medal over your head. They give you the apple. You take a bite of that joint. You walk a little further up. They give you some bagels. It has a bunch of different bagels. Everything bagels, plain bagels, whatever. You just grab it and you eat it. It is also another very delicious thing. Like everything you eat after that goddamn thing, or losing all those goddamn calories, it tastes absolutely great. But now you gotta walk the extra half mile to actually exit. So now I get to my family and they be like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud." Like, leave me the goddamn alone. Fucking hurting. I'm tired. Give me some different shoes. You trying to take the shoes is like cement to your goddamn foot. You can't even take them up because hey, another thing I would say, if y'all ever interested in running, you better invest in some really good shoes and some really good socks. It matters. Your shoes and your socks matters. Yes, you better get you some running effing socks. Do not run in no goddamn marathon with no regular socks. Do not run no marathon, no regular running sneakers. My sneakers, you don't even feel it. They so damn light. Do not. You better have the proper running gear. Man. But took those goddamn those socks and them shoes off, and I put some other sneakers and shoes on. I could barely walk. Felt much better. Everybody like, yes, you did it. I'm like, leave me the F alone. I don't want no hugs and kisses. I don't want nothing. Back away from me. Leave me the hell alone. I'm pissed. I can't walk, goddammit. And then after I had to walk the half a mile to the exit, then now we got to walk to the goddamn car. Pissed. Mind you, I got my little, at the time, she was only 2, so she's like, pick me up, daddy. So now I got to pick her heavy ass. She's heavy. She feels like about 200 pounds, even though she's about like 20 pounds at the time. She felt about like 200, you know, because you got to be a man. So I had to pick her up, put her, okay. I couldn't drive. Everything's hurt. My arms hurt, legs hurt, ears, even my goddamn ears, Natasha. My ears was hurting, Natasha. I don't know what my ears have to do with running, but it hurt. I was in pain. And then, as I'm in the car, reflecting that, I did make it under 3 hours. I did it without stopping. I am as mentally strong as I thought I was. I put myself to the challenge. I did it. No headphones, just me running pin and pattern with myself. It gave me a great deal of confidence of that I could accomplish things if I put my mind to it. That's one of the things it did give me. And I appreciate that experience. It showed that I had another gear to me that I never knew that I could get through to. That if I prepare myself for things, I could absolutely finish the things that I put my mind to. No matter how difficult it is, no matter if I see an old hunchback lady that came and keep her goddamn head up, run past me, it didn't matter. I kept running my own race. And I did not stop. And I got rewarded with an apple and a bagel and a pretzel. And that's your reward for finishing something. Get a goddamn apple. Take a bite of it, enjoy it, and keep moving. You may want to train a bit past your race miles next time. It's not an easy thing. And I think that is how many running plans are set up. It definitely helps with the post-race stuff. Absolutely, I will agree with that. I would agree with that. So I wasn't prepared for all the different emotions I was going to go through. I went through anger, happiness, relief, and then calmness. And then I was proud of myself. Because I did something that none of my friends ever did. My wife was looking at me different. Her eyeballs looked at me different. My kids' eyeballs looked at me different. Because they seen how far, they seen where I started, what time I started, and where I ended up. And if I show you the map, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you ever been to New York and you see the map, you're like, what the f-? You like, you did all that within 3 hours? Faster than 3 hours is crazy. When I used to run races, I was the fat people who were faster than me. Who got me? I was like, how? And yes, Natasha, I was talking about that earlier. That is one of the people that kept me in the race was this oversized 5'7" woman. She's probably about like 250, 260. But she did have a big old butt and some big chest. And she was absolutely killing it. And I was just running behind her. Me and her both was at the pace to finish the race in less than 2 hours at the time for like the first for the first 5 miles, me and this woman was at the pace of running like a sub 2 hour half marathon. We was moving, and that big old butt was like boom, 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 boom. I was chasing behind that big old butt, like, God damn, this big ass short woman. Heavy set. Another dude. He was about like 6'7", big dude. Shoulders out to here. He probably was almost, I think, because we was running and we was talking, and he said he was 280. Big, huge human being. Killing it. I couldn't keep up with him. He kept going. It is amazing to see that all these people that's considered out of shape moving that goddamn fast and beating you in the damn race. Absolutely. Like I said, Natasha, it was an old lady, looked about 65, hunchback, running like this, head down. She can't even keep her head up. She got to run with her eyes like this. This is how she was running. And she ran past me, smoked me. It is amazing. And I couldn't believe that somebody that what we would deem as a cripple beat me in this race. It is an amazing thing. If you see this woman walking down the street, we would absolutely say she's a cripple. There's no way she's going to finish a race like that. She beat me, and I did it in less than 3 hours. So, hats off to that old lady. It's absolutely amazing. And it gives you great motivation to see all those people running with you. You see all those people running in groups. You see a bunch of people that they part of like some running group. You'll see they have the same colors on. They say black men run and fat women run. It's got all these weird names for their running crews. And those are real things that I've seen. Fat women run. And it was a group of them. It was like 10 of them. And they ran right past me. And they was absolutely enjoying it. It was some people, they was having, some of these people like at the beginning of the race, Natasha, they was smoking, running hella fast. And they just having casual conversations. I was like, how the fuck? They talking about the stock market and their grandson, and they moving. Having a regular conversation. That was beautiful breath control. I couldn't do it. It made me feel ashamed of myself. One thing I would say is this too. For all the men that are looking for fit women, you need to go join a goddamn marathon and start running. It was some gorgeous women out there. Beautiful shapes, beautiful hair. Seemed like their personality was fine. I don't know. I didn't really talk to them about it. But man, if you're looking for the fit woman, you need to go start running. There's some beautifully shaped women in the racing world if you want that fit body. But if you're going up to the half marathon, marathons, them bitches ain't playing. You better be in shape to keep up with them. Them bitches was moving and talking. You can't play. When you get up to that half marathon, it's a different animal. But it was enjoyment. It gave me new confidence in myself because I accomplished something that I never seen possible. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. We're over here just conversating, no drama. Talking about life experience. I appreciate y'all. No bullshit. And that helped me get through my day. Whoop, whoop. My wife is feeling motivated. She got a new game plan.
For you.
So she's feeling good. She's over here. I'm turning her face red. That makes me feel good. That's what I'm talking about earlier. You got to pay attention to your goddamn spouse. If you are not making your wife blush, if you are not making your husband feel great of joy of doing all the things he do for you, whatever that is benefit to your household, you need to tell him. Every quarter, every 3 months, you need to tell your spouse, man or woman, boyfriend or girlfriend, or boyfriend or boyfriend, whatever it is. You need to tell them how you appreciate the things that they do and the things that they bring into your life. It's important. At least people forget to say anything for 20 years. We just had a whole video show that this man having He didn't know his wife had a problem for a whole 20 years. So I'm trying to at least advise everybody that has not. If you have a beautiful partner at home or they at their own home, however y'all doing it, whatever arrangements that y'all have, because Cameron Diaz clearly says you should live separately, even if you're married. However that situation, that person brings value to your life, at least once every quarter, bring it up and explain to them how you appreciate them, because it's important. And us men, we do not get the praise. Women, I'm telling y'all now, the women that are here, if you do have a good human being next to you and he's a male, let him know how great he is. That would make that man move freaking mountains. If you just go to him and tell him all the great things that he brings to you, and you just sit him down and tell him like, these are all the things, like, I don't got no present for you. I just want to voice out my opinion, how much I appreciate you did X, how much you did Y, and how much Z means to me. He will move a goddamn mountain. Mount Everest will have nothing on that man. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough. You tell him that, he is going to absolutely move mountains for you. All you gotta do is once every 3 months, once every 4 months. That's all he need to keep him going, to keep him striving. That's how you build your man up. Because yes, leaders, even if he's a leader, he still needs confirmation that he's doing the right thing and that the right thing is appreciated. Because very often the strongest person in the group, they don't get no goddamn love because they're the strongest. Everybody keep leaning on them. And nobody gives them their goddamn praise. Give them they just do. Give them the flowers while they still alive. We do not want to be giving our flowers only at our funeral. Give it to me now. When I can appreciate it. When I can add it to my life. You want your man to always be ride or die for you? Tell him how great he is. As often as you can. That will keep his ass in check, in line, and keep moving on, keep him motivated when he's feeling down and out. When he feel like he's tired. Because yes, we do get tired as well. And when you get tired, you know, and if you ever, and he's feeling a little weak, you got to give him the opportunity.
If you ever have an opportunity where you're like, I'm not sure what to do, then just come inside, okay?
Every now and then, you got to give him the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to figure out your monthly cycle, figure out when is the safest time for him to do that. You got to figure out when the safest time for him to do that. He's going to appreciate it. I'm just saying, you know, show that man some goddamn appreciation. And fellas, you got to show your woman some appreciation too. When you see her out there grinding and she is participating in strenuous activities to come and join you for your beautiful marathon run, you got to give her flowers when she's doing it. Mainly after she takes a shower, because, you know, all that working out. You understand? And give her some time to, after she feels working out, she come home nice and slutty. I know us men, we don't care. That turns us on. We see all that sweat. I meant sweaty. When we see her come home all nice and sweaty and juicy and all the juices is flowing, we want to just attack and jump on it. And at that moment, your woman is not feeling so good because she feel like she is salty. And you like, I don't care. You like, ah.
That's how Pepper was born when I was doing Insanity.
My wife just confirmed it. She said when she was doing Insanity, when it was the sweatiest workout she ever did, that's when our first child was born, was conceived, when she was her sweatiest. Allow the woman to go ahead and take a shower because they want to feel refreshed. They want to put their makeup on it. Then, you can jump on it and mess up the makeup. Hey, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But give her prayers. If she is she's cooking meals and she's building up her recipe book, give her prayers. If your woman don't have a recipe book and you want to start making it, you need to encourage her to write a recipe book. If she come up and make a 15-minute meal and it was delicious, you got to start saying, hey, babe, you got to put this one in the recipe book. And she's going to be like, what? I don't got no recipe book. Then you be like, hey, babe, you got to start. You got to incentivize her to build her recipe book so she can pass that down, another legacy, to your female children. Because guess what? My oldest daughter, when she needs to cook something, she'll call my wife up and say, hey, how do you make that? What's that recipe again? And my wife could just go back to the page, flip through, take a picture of it, and send it to her. This is the recipe for that. And it works out in the long run. In the short time, it's annoying for your wife to write down all the recipes because most of the time, they are just in there and letting the ancestors tell them when to stop putting some salt in there. Ancestors like, stop. Then they get the pepper. Ancestors, stop. And they just start grabbing things out the and the ancestors just direct them. But now when you are making your recipe, you got to be more precise. You got to say, okay, I put in this amount of, and then you got to make it a couple of times to see if your recipe works. Can you remake that goddamn recipe again by the things that you wrote down? So it's a little bit more, it's a lot more work to be involved to start your recipe book. But you need to encourage your woman to do it when she makes her great meals. Encourage her, put the bug in her ear so she could go ahead and do that, make that happen for your family. Because now, at the time when I was annoying my wife about her recipes, it bothered her. So I want to do this. But now it absolutely works. Her friends call her up. How do I make the homemade stuffing? She just take a picture, send it to her. Thank you, Natasha Vincent. The Run for Your Life Fund. Please, and I appreciate everybody that ever supports me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Oh, man. All those things. I appreciate anybody that ever hit the share button, anybody that hit the like button, everybody that hit the subscribe button. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you. My girl, Natasha, thank you for hanging out with me. I did not know you was a runner and you was a track star as well. What I'm going to do, if I find a goddamn marathon in Canada, you better be running with us. Natasha, when I find my Canada marathon, half marathon, you better run with us. That's what I got to say. I'm calling you out. You are a runner as well. We got to do either your choice, a half marathon or a 10K. Let's do it. Which one? Are we doing a half marathon or 10K? Which one are we doing, my friend? I need to get back into it. The way my needs is set up, I'm guessing we will have to do a 10K since your needs is set up a certain way. So we're going to do a 10K together. How about that? You let me know what city I need to go look for so we can do it over there on that side of the I had my first experience running in another country. Go overseas. At least that's what Britney Spears said. She said, you know, she go overseas like Canada. So, whatever. It is what it is. So, what we learned today? Today, we learned that 21 Savage and Fat Joes of the world are liars in their music. They are not telling the truth. They are influencing young people to do the wrong shit by their music. And they're influencing people to do things that they do not do. They are not walking what they're talking in their music. Now, Fat Joe, for example, I think he gives great advice when he's just talking to the youth. When he's just having conversations with the youth, he gives great advice. But he said out of his own words that his lyrics are 95% lies. 21 Savage just recently said that 90% of his lyrics are lies. And then we've seen that how it affects the youth because we have 17 to 15-year-olds to 12-year-olds losing their lives to the hip-hop music that they are rapping because they are doing their best to live out the lyrics that they are rapping about. So there's some confusion there between the mainstream stars that are lying about all the drug dealing and killing that they're doing, and then the closer to a local rapper who is doing everything that they say in their raps. Something got to change with that. And then we came to a conclusion that we got to give Father's Day love. Rihanna today, we heard her talk about A$AP Rocky and him being a father, how she absolutely loves him being a great father and a great leader. And she loves that about him. That's a newfound love she got for that man with his love for the children, how he's leading the children. He is doing so well in leading and supporting and loving his children that she found the new love for him, and it makes her fall back in motherhood. And makes her rest in her femininity, even though she's a billionaire. And she just let him lead the family through his fatherhood with his children. Awesome. So we learned that as a solution, that we got to allow the men to be great and also give them their praise while they're alive. Is what we need to do. And lastly, we learned that running is 100% mental and nothing physical. I was running with people that are considered overweight and out of shape, and they ran past me like I was standing still. 5'7", 250-pound woman with a big old booty. I was chasing her down the whole marathon until I ran past her. I chased her for about 7 miles because her booty was so big. It was giving me motivation. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? It's nothing but the dog in me. And I ran behind it. And then this goddamn 63-year-old woman with a hunchback, head to the side, head down. She got to look up like this to know where she goes so she don't run into nobody. Ran past me. Pew! Like she was on a goddamn pedal bike. So that goes to show that running is more mental than physical. Because heavyset people ran past me. An old crippled lady ran past me. It is a mental thing. And we need to get mentally tougher. We need to be more focused. And that, I think that sums it up for today. Good day, Jonesy, for more. Good day. And I enjoyed hanging out with y'all. That's another thing. I absolutely enjoy everybody that hangs out with me. I hope I started your day off right. I hope I started your day off with positivity. Oh, also my baby girl, she's hey babe, is my grandchild on the way? How are we going about getting my baby? Is they hopping in the cab, they bringing the baby over, or we gotta go pick her up? I gotta figure that out. I gotta do a coaching call today. Within the next half an hour, I gotta do a coaching call, speaking to this young man. He's over in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I'm giving him some great advice. He's been following it, and he is moving in the right direction. So that's awesome. Also, I'm going to be later on tonight. I'm going to be at the Will Nkuzi show. He is a West Coast based podcaster, and we're going to have conversations about, I don't know, he didn't send me the itinerary yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be about love, marriage, relationships, and another thing that we spoke about today. You are welcome. And another thing we're gonna we did speak about today was that pay attention to your damn spouse. It's another thing we spoke about today, and how we gotta love one another. And according to Cameron Diaz, she says that married people should live separate from each other, which I disagree. She said we need to normalize couples having living in separate bedrooms and separate houses. Well, that's insane. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about living in separate houses and separate bedrooms from your husband or wife? Do anybody agree with that? You are welcome. Crystal Clear says absolute note. Why not? I think for a certain select few people that might make them, I think that's probably more for what Cameron Diaz is saying is probably for more for entertainers and business people that do not get a chance to see their spouses that much because they're so busy traveling. I think that could work for them. But for the masses, Cameron Diaz, you are absolutely wrong. That cannot work. It cannot work that me and my wife sleeping in separate bedrooms. I absolutely love hugging up on my wife. Booty. You're crazy. I don't even sleep properly if I ain't rubbing up on some booty. I just told y'all I ran the whole goddamn marathon because I was following some goddamn booty. Hey, I'm only married for 36 years. So what do I know? You got a lot of experience in it. That is freaking awesome. 36 years of marriage. Man, I'm pretty sure you got hella insights, hella thoughts that you could give. I'm pretty sure you are somebody that understands what I mean when I say you need to give your spouse praise when you can, because it's absolutely important that your spouse knows that you love them still, because people forget that. I just showed the video. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but a married couple that was with each other for 20 years. The man was blissful, and he had no idea that his wife was living a miserable life for the past 20 years of their marriage. Wow. So yes, crystal clear. Your thoughts and insight is valued over here. And I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely not. Not going to be sleeping in no damn separate bed in no separate house. And besides, for me, when that happens, how are we going to eat? That means I got to make my own meals on the days that I live? No, absolutely not. Who house are we going to decide to go to eat at? So one night, so we're going to choose every other night. One night you come over to my house to eat, and then the next day I go to your house and eat. That sounds. Hey, but listen, to each his own. If that is that what you need to do to make your relationship, marriage work, then hey, do whatever you got to do. But I don't believe that's for the masses. I think that would be for a very small minority of human beings that be able to do something of that nature. So when we talk about the minority, hey, for the 10 people that is worth for, like Cameron Diaz, yeah, maybe it's good for you. But for the masses, I can't see that working. I cannot see people signing up for that. Signing up for their husband or wife being in a different place. And how do you build a marriage that way? Because I got to take care of my apartment. You got to take care of your apartment. How are we building? I guess if you, like I said, I think only way that works is if both parties are in the business world and they business got to do with some traveling. That's the only way. Also, what we learned today is that it is good to not just leave your kids money behind. If you did build up a business and build up some money, it will only work for less than 5 years, I think. I mean, it'd be just like I guess so. Most people don't stay together more than 5 years when they just live in separate anyway, right? So yeah, you might be right. Absolutely, you might be right. We also learned today that your legacy is what you leave behind, not your children. And if you want your children, especially your boys, your male children, if you want them to go to school and be more productive in the education part, we need to start explaining to our children that you need to go ahead and get a master's degree within business aspects. As example, an MBA. You need to go get a master's degree before I give you this business. And if you do not get this master's degree, then it's not going to be passed down to you. It's going to be passed down to someone that we know is going to take care of the business and keep the business flourishing. We're not just going to give you anything in this household. You got to earn it. You need to build yourself up so you can take over a business. Not just because I did all the work, I put all the work in, and then now it's just given to you to mess it up. No, we're trying to build generations. So my generation was here. Then we build up the next generation and so on and so forth. So we can keep the generation wealth growing. And then maybe in the next 5 generations, we be talked about like these other generational wealthy families. Went down the wrong way. Well, you have to teach them financial literacy so they can properly use money as a tool. And your business is also a tool. And that's why we got to tell them, for them to get that tool to most effectively improve their life, that they need to go to school and get that MBA. SB, no free business. That's right. That's one of the solutions. We're not giving away no free business for you to just fuck it up. No, you're going to have to learn something. We got to see you put that work in. You're going to have to earn this business that I earned my damn self. Exactly. Put them in a position where they are inspired to make themselves better. Because that is pretty much one of our jobs as a parent, is to give them inspiration to be better human beings. We cannot force them to be better human beings. Only thing we can do is bring them to the water. So one way of bringing them to the water, look, this is how much the business is making, this is how much the business is making for this amount of time. But for you to take over this business, the only way you could take over this business is if you finish out your college degree and get a master's degree that will help move the business forward. And if you decide that you do not want to be a partake in this business, and then I'm going to have to give this to somebody else that's going to make the business keep growing. And I'm sorry, my child, but you are not going to benefit from it. You are not going to be a part of my legacy. You're just my child. It's not easy to say that, because we all want our children to be better. We want to give them an easier time of building a successful life. However, that doesn't work. The easier you make it for human beings, the more they fuck it up. I don't know why that's worked like that, but that's how it works. So if you give them something to grind for, you give them inspiration to build, they will respect the things that you build. They're not going to just take over grandma's house and let it run down to the ground because they earned it. Because we've seen that happen way too often. People are given properties and houses, and when it goes to the next generation, that house turns into shit. Because they never respected it, because they put that top back on, because they never earned it. So people need to earn what they keep, because that's how they respect it. If things is given, people do not respect things that's given to them. Even our own children, even though our whole life, our whole adult life at least, we was building it up to give them and leave them a legacy, because we understand that our children are not our legacies. What we leave behind is considered our legacy. And then when we give them something, then they are just going to flip-flop it and throw it into the trash because they do not care about it. So now we make them get an idea that they earned the business by going through school. They probably respect it more because that's what we want them to do. Respect the business that we built so it could continue to grow and get better. Fathers should exemplify good character so their daughters will know what is and isn't a great quality man. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is definitely a huge way for your daughter to choose better. It doesn't make it 100%, but at least it gives her the tools to choose better. That's probably the better words that we can use, right? Is we got to give our children the best possible outcomes, right? And one of the best possible outcomes is that we be the example. So when she sees a man that resembles her father, she has a better percentage of choosing the right man in her life, because choosing the right spouse is one of the most important things you will ever decide in your life. And so therefore we need to be that example in the first place. And not only that, that's not the only reason, because when we are building this lifestyle that we are the example, when that man comes into our daughter's life, he cannot challenge you. He has to live up to your standard as well, and makes him move in a certain way. Because he's going to have to hold it to the same standard that you are. Because he's not going to be able to say, well, you saying this, but you are not that. So if that man sees you as a piece of shit, he might treat your daughter as one. But if he see you as an upstanding citizen as well, he would treat your daughter a little bit better as well. It gives your daughter chances. It gives the percentage a little bit higher chances of choosing the right man. And that's the best thing we could do. Nothing is 100%. No. She could still choose wrong. You could still even choose wrong. That man could dupe both of y'all. However, the chances of that happening lessens dramatically if you are the example that you want your daughter to marry. I agree 100%. 100% in agreement. However, we know when you do the right things, it's not an easy feat. It is a difficult thing to keep going and keep doing the righteous thing. Because a lot of times when you keep doing the right things and the righteous thing, you might not even see the fruits of your labor. Martin Luther King didn't get to see the fruits of his labor. Martin Luther King was not able to see Barack Obama. Even though he was one of the people that sparked the whole situation, Malcolm X did not get to see the fruit of his labor. So sometimes when you do the right things, you don't even get to see it happen. But just knowing that you're doing the right things should be great enough. And we got to accept those things. Doing the greatest things for your children and for people is not going to be seen great at the time. It's a good possibility that you don't get your flowers. That's why I'm over here trying to change that rhetoric. We should give people their flowers now, today. We need to make people proud of doing the right things, because all the wrong things is celebrated in some form or fashion. We give all the wrong things the light of day. Do you think majority parents are still raising their kids by shoving them iPads? No, I do not. I think parents are more hip now than ever. We are more involved in our children's lives. We are starting to, I also believe that is why the kids are more athletic at a younger age, because we are more involved in our children's lives now. We realized that we was able to see, because we building this new parenting plan as we fly it as well. Now, at first, when the iPads came out and everything was like, cool, we could put that in front of them. They could watch cartoons while I go do this and do that, run to the store and those things. And then we realized how smart our children are. They are exiting out of the cartoons that we put for them, and they learned how to use the internet. And now they abuse it. And so now parents are starting to take it away, giving more parental guidance through the iPads, and they're structuring what they see a little bit better now. For example, Cardi B says she does not allow her children to listen to her own music. So parents nowadays are not allowing the iPads to parent them as much. We start to learn to take away from that. and be more involved in our children's lives. Have conversations with them. Understand what they're going through. So I think we're doing a better job of that in this day and age. It took us a while to figure it out. True that. And when we see the degenerate children, you know, we see red flags all over the place. And when you start focusing on that, that's what comes involved in your life. But there's plenty of children that's doing the right thing. And we got to start praising those children a little bit more. Same way how we got to praise the good fathers. We got to praise the good mothers. We can't just praise all. We got to praise the good ones, separated. We got to praise the good students, separated. Not all students. They keep saying no children left behind. Fuck that. If your child ain't doing the right things, they need to get left behind. We need to praise the good children. No more participation trophies. I don't really believe that this generation is as soft as people saying. I think they don't physically fight no more. So that's why they are saying that these children are soft. So it's not a physical generation. They are more mentally fighting back. Says, look at it. These abusive grown people that was taking advantage of children when we was younger, they're not getting away with it. These female predators that's out here, they getting exposed left and right because these children are a little bit more intelligent, because the parents are more intelligent and they paying attention to their child and they building a child's confidence up to speak up against predators. So I do not think these children are super soft. I just think these children are not super physical. And I think we confuse those two things, saying that they are super soft because they're not as physical. These children think more. They smarter. They integrate more with other human beings. They do not just hang out with people just because they skin color. They hang out with people that they actually like, and they have the same interests. That's why we see these children, at least in big cities, these children just mingle with other children that are into the same things that they are into, because they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. The only thing they care about is how you treat me. You treating me good, you make me laugh, I have a positive relationship with you. Those are the children that they find in. In my days, we would just stick to our kind and that's it, no matter how bad they treated us. And that's why these conversations keep going about, race. It's starting to change. We don't talk about race as much anymore. It's starting to slow down because people are going where they are appreciated instead of where they just accept it. Like, no, you're going to appreciate me for who I am. And if you don't, I'm going to go elsewhere until I find it. You're not going to take advantage of me. So no, I do not think this generation is super soft. They coming up with some of the greatest inventions. They figured out, not greatest inventions, but they are coming up with ways to make money that we didn't even know that existed. Right? We didn't know these ways was possible. Like, for example, if y'all enjoying yourselves, you could send me $1 so I could get me a goddamn coffee. You know what I mean? These super soft people came up with that. So the link is right there in the chat. You could send me $1 and I could go buy me a coffee today if you choose to. So 10 people here. If y'all was all wanted to support the show, send me $1. I would have $10 in an instant if you hit that and hit $1. This is what this generation figured out. They figured out a different way to make money. And that's why we consider them super soft, because everything we got it out a different kind of mud. We got it out the real mud. We had to get dirty. We had to smell the mud, feel the mud, the coldness, the wetness, the dirtiness, wash it off. And they mud is digital. They build the shit from the ground up, but their ground is digital. It's not real. But the money is. It don't matter. However you decide to support Cyrex, that doesn't really bothers me. However you decide to support me, that's how it's all good. I appreciate it either way. If you feel like supporting me, I think that is awesome. This is not something that I'm used to. I'm not used to people supporting me that way. And I absolutely love and appreciate everybody that even have the thought to appreciate me with sending me $1. So that would be completely up to you. I appreciate it either way. Because this is a whole new world for me. And I'm glad that y'all are part of it. And y'all teaching me and I'm learning new things. What y'all want from me and what I want from y'all, right? Like how we feed off each other. That is awesome. We're building connections with each other. And we're building a whole new form of thinking together. Y'all help me be a better human being. Having these conversations with y'all. Bleeding out our thought patterns. It's freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. I never thought I'd be able to be here and give my personal thoughts, and it was possible for somebody to, give me support. You know what I'm saying? You could super chat, super sticker, whichever. It's freaking awesome. It's a whole new form of thinking and moving and grooving. So no, I do not believe that this generation is super soft. I think they just figured out a different way and a more effective way of building something. And because it's different from how we was raised, we consider it soft. Because it's different, just like their music. Like we don't respect their music. Thank you. I really appreciate that super sticker. Man, you don't understand how much I really appreciate that. That is so freaking awesome. Thank you for being the sponsor of today's show. Hopefully I got you through a good day today so far. I really appreciate that, man. Like it really brings joy to me to see y'all support. That I'm not just here doing it for no reason, and that we are building something together. When y'all tell me like our conversation moved the needle in my thought patterns, that's awesome. When Love C said our conversations that we have together, because it's not me, it's us as a collective having these conversations, and it brings up different thought patterns when we're having these topics, and how it changed the thought pattern. She's decided to move into a different direction as her children get older. Man, and Mills talking about how she's studying to get her project management certificate because of the conversations that we all had together. Man, that's a beautiful thing. So thank you. And again, thank you to Cyrex for answering all my questions, Sharon. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. $1 ain't gonna get it. NYC Coffee. So hope this is enough. LOL. And you actually made me laugh out loud. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Oh man. So yes, I believe that is enough to get a NYC Coffee. And they do have plenty of coffee shops. It doesn't change. Man, some of the roughest places in Brooklyn have some of the best coffee shops where people just walking around carefree. And them same places when I was younger, even the tough people didn't walk around those places. So it goes to show how things could change drastically from when your childhood to. So that's why they call it super soft. That same rough neighborhood that even the tough people did not go by. Now we have a bunch of people of all different races and ethnic backgrounds in that same neighborhood walk around la-di-da like it's no problem. And that's why they be considered super soft. Because the neighborhood is not beating people up anymore or robbing people. But that's why I do not believe that it's super soft. I think it's just changed. I think we are at a better conscious mind to the violence. Oh, if you've never been to New York, you gotta let me know when you get here. I can show you some dope spots that you're like, wow, New York is not as bad as I thought it was, because New York do get a bad rep. We are not that dangerous. We are the most helpful. I think we are the most helpful. We will help any and everybody. It's just that we're going to do it in a very fast and rude manner. We're not going to be like, oh. What we're going to say is like, hey, you need to make a left, make a right, and go that way. And then we're going to run down the block because we're always busy. Just think about it. LeBron James, at the time when he won the championship, was on the train and nobody even knew it was him. That's how busy people be in New York. People were sitting right next to LeBron James around like 10 o'clock in the afternoon, busy train station, and nobody even asked him for an autograph or a picture. Keanu Reeves, he's walking around New York City all the time, taking the subway. Nobody harasses him because we're too busy. We don't recognize him. That's just how it be. We just always in a rush. We got somewhere to go. A lot of people got 2 and 3 jobs. People just in a rush. But you absolutely love the culture here. When you get to go to certain parts of Brooklyn, you'll love it. It's absolutely fun in Brooklyn. You go down to the Village. Depends on which part. You go down to the Village and you feel like bar hopping is about like 200 bars within a 2-block radius in the Village. This is absolutely insane. And the drinks are cheap. And you can get $1 pizza still in the Village. Because you know you're going to need something to eat, something with bread when you're that drunk. And you can absolutely go bar hopping. They got this bar over there, right there on West 3rd Street. It's called the Black Pussycat Club. You'll have fun. Depends on what night you go. And over there in the Village, you got every flavor of party that you want to go to. You go to a lesbian bar. You go to a male gay bar. You could go to a swingers bar. You could go to any kind of bar you want over here in the Village. And the beauty of it is that when you go into one where it doesn't seem like it's your crowd, the bouncer will let you know, hey, you know, there's a sausage party in there. So I'm not sure if you they'll let you know. They can kind of figure out from the way how you walk and talk that you're not from their crowd. You know what I'm saying? So they'll give you some kind of warning. But absolutely, when you come, where are you from, Cyrex? How about that? Where are you from? And why haven't you been to New York yet? You got to come down to Times Square. Because but at the same time, all real New Yorkers avoid Times Square because that is, the tourist area. Nobody's scared to go hang out in Times Square. Pretty safe there. We thinking about going to see the ball drop this year. Take our baby girl to go see the ball drop. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do it. I took my other 2 grown kids to go see the ball drop twice. But I would not suggest to go and see the ball drop unless you have a place to be warm. Because if you go see the ball drop the way how everybody else go see the ball drop, you got to wear a pamper. As a grown person, you're going to have to wear a pamper because once you get inside where they ball drop, you cannot leave. So you're going to have to put a pamper on and piss in there. But usually when I go see the ball drop, I got this spot right on 41st Street that I can hang out in. And then when the ball drop, we walk outside. The ball is right there. We see the ball drop. We kiss each other. And then I go right back inside. So I'm not outside. I got a place where I could drink, eat, and take a piss when I go see the ball drop. So it's awesome. When talking about problems, should one use their own anecdotal evidence to push substantial proof? Specifically referring to either man getting roasted. You in the Bay Area, okay. I think it's okay to use your anecdotal experience, but I think you need to reference that is your experience. So this way we know if this is a majority thing or it's a minority thing. So like, for example, I think either man experience shouldn't be considered. However, if we're looking at the broad scale of what people should be doing for their lives, choosing a woman that had 2 previous kids, I don't think that's going to work out for the majority of men because she had to have so many other things that's involved to make that choice great. right? So I think he made a good choice. And I think it's plenty of women that have 1 and 2 children that can be a good choice, but there's a lot of things that comes with that choice. What is her family structures like? What her daddy like? What her mama like? What is her aunties like? Why did you break up? Was you married? It's a lot of nuances to what either man's situation is. And he took it too far by saying that he can create the new black version of women and that we should have the Asian woman raise the new black woman. That was out of line and out of pocket. That's when he took it too far. So yes, he should use it, but they gotta have a line. And that concludes our 3 hours. See y'all tomorrow.